Yeah. What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. Yo, I'm your host for tonight, Pascal Penning representing. As always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, what up, God? You know what it is. Jesus Shutterworth, the God in the building, ringgameradio.com. Tonight, Monday Night Boxing. Let's get it. The world's still up. Salute to all my Ring Gang family out there. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Ring and get the house forever and always. And as always, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, what's fly? It's Conscious Pod, the West Coast Avengers, preparing for liftoff. Let's fly from Ring Radio. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Stays elevated. Conscious Pod stays elevated above the clouds. As always, and King P will probably join us in a little bit, and Rome's probably hate watching the Bears losing to the Vikings right now, as per usual performance. Nothing changed in there, yo. Shout out to all my Eagles fans out there. We up now. You know what I'm saying? Just like I said when we did with the football podcast at the beginning of September or whatever. That the Eagles, the Eagles are up there. But nah, niggas didn't want to believe. But now you see the Eagles are damn near running the league now. We just need the Lions to fall one more fucking time, and the Vikings too, because they're too damn close. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to all my Eagles right here. Fly, Eagles, fly. But yeah, this past weekend there was a lot of fucking boxing, not a lot of main boxing, and I think pretty much the one thing about the boxing this past weekend is there were a lot of A-side quote unquote upsets. There was a lot of Golden Boy had an upset, Matchroom had an upset, but the biggest fucking upset of it all happened on a top ranked card of all things, and probably the most known fighter that fought this whole weekend. Because we're talking about one Jaime Munguia, who fucking thing is too is we just mentioned it in our last boxing podcast, and it was just pretty much the thing with that one was Munguia is facing a guy that only has 4 KOs in 20 something fights. That was the thing, and that was actually it's a step down considering who he fought his last time out with Eric Bazinian, who's an actual a contender at 168.
Somebody we heard of. Yeah, we heard of
Yeah.
Brazilian. We've watched him. We ain't seen this Frenchman. This was a cherry gone bad. I mean, this was a cherry. This was a cherry. That's pure.
This was a pure cherry. They were like, hey, we want this fight in Tijuana, Mexico, and it's we're gonna.
His record was respectable enough too to pull it off.
He had 4 KO, and the thing is, he had 4 KOs of 26 wins. That's kind of barely a 10% KO ratio. So it's like a safe bet, right?
It's a safe bet. It's a safe, but it's a competitive safe. It's this guy shouldn't have the firepower to trouble you, but he might have another look to him. So it's not.
And he got dropped. And he got dropped in the first round too. Yeah, I mean, Surace, he got dropped.
It's not it shouldn't be a walk in the park, but it should be in a way. And
but the wild part was this dude had been fighting as a middleweight, so he was dragged up, to fight Munguia.
Damn, that's even worse. But this is the thing too. But you gotta look at this. A lot of people are caught up in the 4 knockouts, the 4 stoppages in his career. It's evident from when you watch the fight, the dude punches hard and he throws hard.
Yeah,
he was hurting. He was hurting Munguia. He was hurting Munguia a lot.
He was buzzing him and they was buzzing each other, but you could tell dude was in there throwing hard shots. He wasn't just the record could fool you. His record made you think he would punch Milanagi or somebody. But some of these guys, they just don't have the other attributes or the skill set to actually score stoppages, even though they hit hard. Some guys, they don't have the temperament, they don't have the work rate, or they don't know punch placement. They don't have all the little nuances to become a knockout puncher or to get more stoppages. So they might hit hard, but that's it. And this guy might be a guy who just hits hard, but he lacks all the other shit to get knockouts. But he hits hard, and sometimes those guys, they only going to get knockouts if they just surprise you or they land the perfect shot where they ain't got to do nothing else. And he landed the perfect shot on Munguia, and that's all she wrote.
Yeah,
despite the 4 KOs.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. Because I mean, even when I looked at the odds on FanDuel, like Bruno Surace was his name, and the KO for him was plus 2,200. So if you're one of them cats that were like, you know what, I'm gonna put in this fuckery bet on Surace knocking out Munguia, and you have money to burn like that. Well, congratulations, you made an incredible return on your investment.
You tripled. You had to at least triple whatever you put down. Probably shit.
Yeah, but it's funny too. But honestly, I mean, because I didn't watch a lot because I was preoccupied. So it was afterwards, and when Munguia dropped him hard in that second round, I thought that shit was like, okay,
it was a hard left hook. That was a beautiful left hook he landed on to drop them. I was like, oh shit, okay, it's gonna be a short night. And then it just kept being competitive. It was like, maybe it won't be a short. Maybe it's gonna be.
Dude wasn't like dude came in there. He didn't come in there just to get his check. Like he was there to like put belt to ass, like flip the ass. Like he was throwing hands.
Yeah, because most times, like this day and age, the element of surprise of boxing, like when a dude like that, because Munguia is somewhat a star, I'd say, going up against a jobber, it's like we know Washington repeat. Oh, he's gonna just KO him, After he killed him, after he knocked him on the second round, like okay, it's gonna be over soon, and that happens most times.
But this dude wasn't a complete jobber though. Like you don't get 24 wins or whatever and be a complete jobber. Like it's like. I think people looked at the record, they didn't look at the fighter.
Yeah.
And even though this ain't even bad matchmaking, this is just Munguia defensive lapses,
I felt after the knockdown in the second round, actually, Munguia got a little more lazy and a little more like, I don't know, like
it did feel like he got hit more too after that.
Defense got like he was like almost like he was. I don't know. It didn't feel like he was selling out, but it was just like, okay, I don't mind putting myself out there, see if I can get the finish later on. It came back to bite him.
Yeah.
And you see some highlights of Surace. He kind of did that rope thing. He kind of like lulls into the ropes. Kind of like how Crawford knocked down Spence the last time in a sense where he just like kind of lulls his opponent to the ropes so he can get a shot on him.
He was doing the damn what's that shit? The rope-a-dope really because he was making Munguia miss some of those hooks or the hooks weren't digging as deep. Like I ain't see nobody do the rope-a-dope in
it was a great game plan. Like you could tell Surace came with the game plan, followed through with it. And it worked. That's what it was.
Like,
the game plan.
He put all that shit together. And when he caught Munguia, the punch, like Munguia, it's the little defensive lapses. That one split second. Yeah. He like Munguia has a habit of backing up with his hands down, like he's out of range. Mm-hmm. And he did that, and he had his left down a little bit, and he backed up, and he backed up on some regular shit. It wasn't like he backed up on some running shit, like on some Stevenson or Lara shit. Like he didn't back up fast. It was he put a combination together, and then he just backed up on some like, all right, okay, like he's gonna look at his work.
Backing up with your hands down and your hands on.
Yeah. Because it's like, bro, and it's like, dude was chucking those right hands hard. He wasn't just like, like he wasn't just throwing them to touch them. Like he was putting his body behind them shit. So perfect. He got caught with the perfect shot. Like wasn't no lucky punch. Perfect
spot. Right in the perfect, right on that jaw. You know what I'm saying?
The perfect spot. The perfect. It was a perfect punch. Perfect timing. Perfect placement. Just perfect.
Yeah. Highlight reel cross, and it dropped him. He dropped like a hard.
You can see like obviously the whole thing to talk about Julio Chavez. Like you can see him taking off his headphones, looking away. But if you look at his corner, the corner was even like, damn. Once they saw him fall, they're like, oh shit, get up. But they knew he might.
Because he didn't. It was a clean. He didn't even. Like the punch didn't even go through any gloves or anything. It just clean.
The way he dropped was just like almost like you're just emptying a sack of books out the backpack.
Like fucking math homework. Fuck it. Like science textbook, math textbook, literature. All the thick ass books fell out that book bag.
I used to hate that shit when you had to like go to school and have 5, 6. You know, you had all to bring all your fucking books, all your books.
Honestly, you said it earlier, LB, and I was gonna make this point because honestly, this shit pisses me off. I'm tired of after every fucking upset when a fighter that's not supposed to loses an upset. It's all the first thing these fans run to and say, "Well, it's bad matchmaking. It's bad matchmaking." No, it's not fucking bad matchmaking.
You know they only do that when it's it's this.
Yeah, no, stop saying that bullshit. It's not bad fucking matchmaking.
Nah, whenever a black fighter gets upset, it's he was overhyped. Guess he wasn't as good as you niggas think he was.
It ain't no bad fucking matchmaking in this case.
Yeah.
In this case, it's bad fucking boxing, bad fucking defense. How
basically. And it's not only just a bad defense, it's an accumulation of bad defense. Meaning, we talk about the whole, hey, you got that bright green health bar at the beginning of your fights. Munguia has been taking some hard punches from a wide assortment of C+ and B level fighters for years.
It catches up. I mean, I think we all felt like, okay, Munguia eventually would get cracked. Pause. You know, I think we all felt that.
Yeah, but it's like it was bound to happen because the nigga ain't taking the type of big fights that you want him to take.
With that kind of defense, I mean,
so one of these guys was going to crack him with something.
Yeah, that defense is always suspect, but I mean, I think we all expected eventually, but not by, again, the KO ratio, not like by a guy that had like a 10% KO ratio. That's the thing that was shocking, really.
Yeah, because Munguia has a chin, so we didn't expect it like it's like a back of our head. I think we knew it was going to happen and it was going to be random, but we didn't think it'd just be a one like.
Not against a random.
We've seen Munguia get hit harder than that. Or
Derevchenko rocked the shit out of him.
Yeah, Derevchenko was knocking the shit out of him
even Rosado buzzed him with a couple of hard ones. Like, damn.
Bro, I think in this case. I think in this case,
I thought he did. He did fight Gabriel Rosado.
But in this case, it was just the perfect, accurate placement. Perfect placement.
Yeah. Everything was perfect about it. Like everybody, like there's some dudes, they're gonna get hit with everybody's good shot, but that don't mean you got hit with a perfect shot. Like perfect shots are perfect punches for anybody. That means if anybody lands that perfect shot, then more than likely you're going out.
That's like that counter shot in Fight Night that puts you out automatically.
But perfect. And the thing is, the way Munguia dropped. Let's be honest. You usually see a nigga drop like that from an uppercut.
Right.
You hardly ever see somebody get hit with one of those Terry Bogard right hands and a nigga just.
I mean, usually that's some Wilder shit.
That's some Wilder. Like, dude reacted like he got hit with fucking Adonis Stevenson right hand, left hand.
Yeah, either that or Randall Bailey's right hand.
Like he got blown away. Like he just he dropped hard. Like he fell off a goddamn scaffolding on a building or like a painter or something. Like this nigga, like I'm just watching the window. Ooh, wind like breeze. Like that nigga fell hard as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. That was like normally I don't. The Geese Howard shit is reserved for people who get knocked out the ring. But I ain't gonna lie, it felt like he fell from another ring and landed inside this ring.
Yeah. Facts.
Like that's how hard this nigga fell. So I'm just like, but yeah, just to back to the health bar, Munguia's probably had a yellow-green health bar for a while.
And it's his fourth fight this year too. So I mean, it was his fourth fight. That's a lot of fights this year.
Dude, and remember, he got hit clean in all the motherfuckers.
Yeah, Derevchenko rocked him. Obviously, Canelo dropped him, quote unquote. They say Canelo carried him. Canelo said that. I don't know. I don't.
Canelo didn't fuck. Look, man. We don't watch boxing enough. Look, Canelo did not carry Munguia. Munguia's work rate and just toughness got him through that fight. Because Canelo, whenever Canelo tried to take breaks, Munguia would just keep coming and pause, keep throwing his combinations. Even though they're basic, it was still making Canelo have to work and be cognizant of what's happening.
There were times where it was just like, dude would Canelo hit him with a perfect placed uppercut, and then the motherfucker just backed up, and Munguia was clearly stunned. I'm like,
but
bro,
that's Canelo that's Canelo's own stamina that be hurting him. Canelo's not at the point where he could hurt you with one punch and just clean knock you out of there. He need to put a little extra. He's like, okay, make this even better.
Especially not 68. Especially not 68.
Especially, look, he's more like Pacquiao now at 147. Yeah, he could hurt you, but he don't have like that extra. He don't have an engine, and he never had an engine to really be knocking people out like that, like to go for it. Like Canelo can hurt you, but he can't follow it up no more.
Mm-hmm.
And he don't have the footwork to just get in front of you and bop you no more. Like he don't have that extra footwork. That's what I'm just saying. Like he hurt Munguia, but he didn't have that extra. Like, okay, let me just go and get him out of there. Because even when he tried to later on, Munguia would just weather the storm and come back, and he'd have to fight the man again. Like Canelo, man, like you can't believe everything this motherfucker say, yo. Like I'm sure he tried to knock out Ryder too.
Yeah.
Well, he definitely went out again. He definitely went for it against.
No more.
He definitely went for it against Berlanga, and that's he could tell he tried.
He even tried with Berlanga, and that shit wasn't happening. And this is fucking Berlanga we're talking about.
Yeah,
and they're big dudes. I mean, to Canelo's defense, I mean, they are some relatively big dudes, naturally. So
no, we can't dude, because remember he knocked out Kovalev light heavyweight.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we can't give him that. No. It's like Canelo. You can't give him no more excuses.
Fair. But also, after that,
he beat up Callum Smith. That man ain't gonna do shit. He knocked out Plant. Look how big Plant is.
Plant's pretty big. Yeah, Plant's a pretty big dude. Yeah.
So he can't get all like it can't be. One thing is like he moved up. He carries his power. Then the next day it's. Well, nah, he's fighting big guys. Like, nah, chill. Hey, salute Angie, baby. What it do?
Salute Angie.
But if you remember the Brazilian,
something good for the Monday night.
Yeah.
But remember after that Canelo fight, he fought Brazilian, and he was getting cracked in that fight. If you remember, he was obviously he's hittable.
Yeah. Exactly. It's honestly, it was only a matter of time with Munguia, and instead of getting him into big fights and speeding up the process for his decline, they spread it out through a bunch of wide assortment of C level and B level guys.
Right. Who were still putting hands on them.
Still putting hands on them. Yeah.
I don't know. He went through a road grader of C fighters. Like,
I mean, one I had to apologize infamously on because he gave outstanding effort. I had to get Jobber Kelly. I had to he's not Jobber Kelly.
Remember, this is Munguia. Like, and there's been times where Munguia looked like he was like looking good. Then there's sometimes he looked like he was spoiling. Then there's times he looked like he's peaking. Looked like his jab was getting better. It looked like his defense was getting more sound. But it's like he wasted all these good momentum moments. Like,
right.
So it's like it never amounted to anything. So he was still taking punches from these people. Like this isn't like like Ricky Hatton barreling through a bunch of guys before he got to Zoo and everyone.
Munguia started as
punishment with these fights.
Remember, he started at super welterweight, 154. He came up as the creeper pause, like for they set up what's his
punches name all the way from there.
But I'm saying that he's a big dude. He was a big dude. They set up Saddam Ali, but he started at 154. At the end of the day, that's where he got his belt, 154. Yeah. So
I know
he was always a big 154 dude too.
Yeah, I know. So I know Saddam Ali was probably smiling at watching him get knocked out.
they did him dirty. Was that HBO? Was that HBO, man?
Yeah, it was on HBO. Yeah, they did.
That was the ending of it. They did him super fucking.
Yeah, because they wouldn't let him fight Triple G. So it was like, yeah, we'll let you fight. A blown up 154 at welterweight.
A random big ass.
Let him fight Triple G.
A random big ass Mexican dude that most never heard of, but we've been priming him to get a belt.
You see how he was? He's too small and inexperienced from Golovkin. Then they threw his big ass in there with Saddam Ali. and Ali looked like he had to fight a damn super middleweight.
Yeah, he low key, he high key ruined Ali too, because Ali was never the same after that damn fight. Like,
so it's like, damn, like the way this shit worked, like they didn't want him to get ruined, so they made him ruin somebody else.
Yeah,
I knew they were trying to make the Berlanga plan, because 168, whether you like it or not, all Canelo's leftovers and everything included, even like a Jamal Charlo, there's names at 168. There was big fights there, so now it's like, damn, you need to have two. You gotta actually fight two Kens now or something to get back right. I don't know.
He's actually. There's a rematch clause.
There's a rematch clause, which is fucking annoying.
There's a rematch clause for this shit.
It's so fucking
stupid for fucking everything.
I mean, but truthfully, he probably does need to run this back because he was winning the fight. He was getting hurt, but he was winning the fight before.
If I was Surace, I'd somehow say, "Fuck that! I'm not running it back with you, dog." I mean, somehow, some way. I don't know.
Wait a minute. Oh, he was winning until he wasn't.
Yeah. I don't mind the rematch. Like this definitely deserves a run back. It was a good fight before.
It was a good fight. It was a real good fight
before it was over.
Yeah,
I don't mind. Like, and Munguia is at this point in his career where he's a big enough name where it's like, you should, and I would have a rematch if I'm at his level where I know I'm just fighting any damn body. I'd have a rematch clause too. Fuck it.
It's probably a nice payday, but I do wonder if his chin. We'll see. I wonder if his chin's compromised. Now we'll see. Because he's 28, but he's kind of an old 28. 28 is not the same for everybody.
All those meaningless fucking fights where he's taking punishment from
with all them wasted fights. All them filler ass fights.
I mean, come on, because remember he at 160.
King P, they weren't even really filler fights because filler fights are like those Leo Santa Cruz fights where Leo Santa Cruz. Don't get me wrong, Leo Santa Cruz would have a few of those filler fights turn out to be life and death. But for the most part, he dominated those filler fights.
But at 160,
Munguia never really dominated his filler fights. Munguia would go life and death with every other filler fight. Sometimes, they would be over in like 6 or 7 rounds. But nigga, he still went hard. Fucking 5, 6, 7 rounds.
But he had the most meaningless one. To me, I love the original Glory divisions. The 160 run was so meaningless. Like he went through 160 and not one memorable fight. You know what I'm saying? Really, it felt like not even one. So
they were Torino Johnson,
Terran Johnson, and the cheek was ripped off, right? Wasn't that nigga's cheek ripped off his face? Torino Johnson.
He had. But like I said, there was just too many. Even the other Inoue that gets mentioned.
The other Inoue was putting hands on him.
Yeah, is there anybody that don't ever put hands on him in a fight? You know what I'm saying?
The one African nigga he fought, I think before or after, put hands on him too.
Yeah,
Dennis Hogan got robbed and put hands on him.
Hogan got robbed.
Beefy put hands on him.
I think the one you could argue is probably the one Jamal struggled with, Montiel, maybe because he busted Montiel out.
He put Montiel away.
That's the only one I could think of where it was like, okay, he didn't get no damage really in that fight because that was early and shit. But for the most part, he's always gonna go through some kind of fucking war and unnecessary shots.
Yeah, and
that's why he can't have all the. See, they did his career a disservice because he had too many meaningless filler fights where he took too much punishment in these filler fights. He wasn't like somebody who just getting rid of these niggas or outboxing them, shutting them out where he barely getting hit. Like, no. Like, he's taking too much punishment. Like, he's having Oscar Valdez type fights without the names.
Yeah. And I know Berlanga was pissed talking about, damn, Munguia dropped the bag.
Up the back.
Yeah. Well, and then Plant is like, nah, he just simplified some shit. What the fuck you talking about? Like, he just so he was like, yeah, because
I don't think Plant wanted to fight Munguia like that. I know he was happy because he seemed like he'd rather go to rehab and fight Jamal Charlo.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I know Berlanga won because, Berlanga, the whole Puerto Rican Mexican angle, like Berlanga wanted that shit, and for whatever reason.
That would have been a good fight. But now the whole he trying to fight Rosado, I'm just like Puerto Rican.
It's kind of funny though. See
I thought Rosado retired. The fuck.
On on that Golden Boy card, Rosado kind of inferred he's gonna take that Puerto Rico date because Eddie got some Puerto Rican dates to burn. Him and Berlanga is probably gonna happen in March or early 2025.
That's just a whole. That's a whole
brother.
That's
horrible fight. Like
what the fuck?
Yeah, but I mean, there's been some rumblings of that, but now it seems like I just saw the first time I saw Rosado actually kind of somewhat confirming it, saying, yeah, it's in talks type of thing. So,
dude, if it's too bad to be true, it's true.
Yeah,
no, I said too bad to be true, not too good. This is just so awful. It's gonna happen.
Puerto Rico, and Eddie has those dates he got to burn. It's like, unfortunately, makes sense. Unfortunately, it does make sense.
Well, I hope actual Puerto Ricans show up to this shit. I hope some actual people, if there's going to be in the same spot that Hitch's Perro fight was at.
And meanwhile, I hope Surace, takes Munguia to fucking France now, and it kicks him out of Tijuana because like. It was like, hey, you want me to fight? Yeah, we're gonna fight in Paris, France, near the Eiffel Tower and shit like that. Like,
but shout out to Levin.
Give us some John Wick 4 vibes.
I love how that Mexico getting dominated by the UK pipeline extended to France now.
It's like that first that shit was just UK with Russia.
Because y'all saw all the Munguia, you saw the Munguia beats plan and Charlo and all these takes, right? Nonstop. that was funny.
No, it's like he didn't spoil on the vine. He just wasted his time. Like they fucked up his career, bro. Like, and I think Munguia was complacent in it. Like. Yeah. He just went along with it.
Well, he got paid good. I'm sure the Canelo payday was great. He got paid.
Munguia was getting paid throughout his whole career. That's the whole point. You could have been making even more money and still getting the same level of punishment.
Yeah.
Like, so it's just why, like, at least with Derevyanchenko, he took world-class punishment, but he got world-class money, and he don't have 30 gazillion fights where he just wasting his fucking time.
Right.
You could say now he's somebody where me and Pat be like, damn, they could have like treated him like he A-side and give him a few fights he could win. But fuck it, it didn't work out that way, but at least he got paid and he was up there. He could say he fought the best. Munguia can't say he fought the best and he got knocked out.
Yeah, and it's a shame too. I mean, the only good thing is that at least Canelo was the one who took his zero rather than Surace.
It'd be Surace. Yeah, I mean, it's not like we're all shitting on Munguia. Munguia to me was always a fun fighter to watch. That's one guy. His fights, it's going to be entertaining, but it is what it is. His defense is lacking, and eventually.
I like Munguia as a fighter to watch him. He good, like you said, like he entertaining. Defense, hit or miss. He got power. He resilient, tough, throw punches, but.
But yeah, that knockout gave me the same feeling when I watched fucking Kirkland get knocked out by Ishida in one fucking round. Like that,
Golden Boy.
Yeah,
it's always a Golden Boy. and what? Golden Boy. What else? Kirkland was like fighting 3-4 times that year. Like
yeah, because I think he just got out of jail, whatever the fuck he was doing. Like and they were trying to bring it,
and they was streamlining them. There was like fights every fucking 3 weeks or some shit.
Yeah, that was like a prelim type of fight too. It wasn't even like on the main card. Like it was just like
it was on some fucking was it on like yeah, it was some was it on like Golden Boy? It was like on some bull. It wasn't even HBO, was it?
It was HBO, but it was like
a prelim. Okay, because the other fights he had were like on Boxe Oro or some shit like the local shit.
It was deep. It was because the main event was Maidana versus Eric Morales.
Yeah. Another horrible fight that shouldn't have been.
I do wonder if Oscar. I mean, because you know how he was with Oscar, and he said when the Top Rank. I wonder if the Oscar thing, like he was done with Golden Boy, obviously, because he was fighting on Top Rank but
no, he was.
Oscar,
he's been done with Oscar.
He was completely done with him. It wasn't like a leasing thing. He was done with him. Okay.
No, he was done with them. Yeah, Top Rank and Zanfer Promotions were the ones were handling Munguia, but now Oscar's probably gonna get the last laugh because now Top Rank has to actually try to rebuild him, and they don't even know if dude is now like his health bar is even going to be fully green. It's
Like,
not
is
fully
he
green
worth it?
anymore. It's
Because they were trying to make it, they're trying to make him
And
Billy
Billy,
versus
right?
Munguia. That was probably the plan for them to make him and Billy versus Munguia eventually.
Should have just waited to that. You already fought 3 times. You notice when these niggas fight 4 times, it's the 4th fight they really just lose it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, chill. Hey, what up, Lord Freezer? Shuttleworth, salute. Good streams. Keep grinding. Get them subs. Salute. Yeah, of course. Always support you. Okay, salutes. We appreciate that. Munguia took a big L in that fight, though. Hell yeah, that's one of the worst L's this year. Like, honestly,
it's the biggest upset this year by far. There's no other fight. I mean,
there's no other upset I can even think of. Really, honestly, there's no other upset I can think of off top.
Yeah, like this is a bad, like a 1-punch knockout in a competitive fight that you were winning by a guy who doesn't have a KO record. Like,
it was a cherry gone bad. It was the worst possible.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. I mean, how much time he takes off. He's been eating well. I know he's got a wife and everything, kids now. So it'll be interesting to see if how he bounces back, because he can never be the same. Maybe.
I mean, he's just going to fight the same level of ops he been fighting or worse. Like, what big like if this threw you off through your trajectory off the fight in Billy, then what are we doing here, bro? Like, he could honestly fight in Billy right after this fight if he want. Like, bro, like these guys aren't that good.
And Billy, I know he's gonna fight in Billy. I know he's gonna fight in Billy after this.
And now that his chin was cracked, he's gonna be getting fucked up even more. Because you know how this show. Well, once that floppy disk breaks, it breaks the fuck game.
That shit never puts back the same. Like, it's like it never works again. To say that shit might skip on a song or some shit, or organ trail don't load up correctly.
Yeah.
You supposed to have a family of 5. You got a family of 7 now.
Yeah. So you young fighters out there, man. Like I said though, sometimes it's cool to to not take punishment fully. Like, you can roll with a punch, you can block a punch, you can duck, you can parry, you can do all these wonderful things so you don't get less head trauma. And
honestly, he could have jabbed when he moved back. That would have disrupted that whole right hand and would have blocked some of it.
Right, but but my gears look like it's gonna be like, hey, accumulated punishment at a young age, like, and we've talked about other young fighters that take too much punishment too. We said the same thing, like, it's cool. It's sometimes you don't have to take punishment full force. Like,
I would say maybe the Silva, trying to think of like maybe the Silva KO would have took the cake until now. The Silva getting knocked out by body.
Silva got knocked out by an actual puncher.
An actual puncher. Body got like a 90% kill ratio.
Yeah, body can punch.
Body can punch. Even though he struggled.
Same thing with Zoo. Like, all these niggas is getting knocked out.
But the Zoo one was kind of another upset. Damn, we should that would have been a good pull. Pause. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, you can't be knocked out by a guy that only has 4 KOs. Like, you get
and by 1 punch. At least Zoo was eating like combos with his bad defense.
Zoo was eating some fucking some crazy ass
horrible type shots, but Munguia just got flat out ultra hit. Like,
this would be like, this is like if fucking Diaz would have gotten knocked out by Paulie Malignaggi. Like, bro. Like,
not just wobble that one time.
Yeah, bro. Like,
this would have been about, you're right. That's a good comparison. Yeah. This would have been like if Diaz would have been knocked out by Malignaggi. You'd have been like, oh shit.
Yeah, because I'll never forget Diaz doing a silly dance. I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, is this nigga hurt? And then Paulie's just like, oh shit, I heard him.
You see his eyes, he's like, oh shit, like,
and he started.
You had to run to get this dude, like. Like, oh shit, he stumbled back. Oh, hey, what up, Android? Salute. Parrying is such a lost art.
Yeah, of course it is. Like,
which is crazy because it's an essential skill. Yeah, it is an essential skill. But
they probably don't put in in a video game. Back in the day, Fight Night, they'd have parrying as a combo, as a button. They probably wouldn't have that in the video game. They wouldn't even have parry.
Well, they don't have clinch. I doubt they'd have parry. Like, we losing recipes.
Yeah, I mean, probably the only fighter, last fight I've seen that really parried like that was Andre Ward. But
Andre Ward parried a lot. I give you that.
Yeah,
Roman Gonzalez parries too.
Well, he did prior to some of the wars he started getting into, where he started getting he started getting tore up in these.
But at least it's in his toolbox though. Like not
Right.
everybody gonna make you take it out. Like Ward did a lot of shit to keep from throwing punches. So of course he.
Just the way you said that, I'm like in my back of my head, I was like, the way he said that, like I know that's not a plus to you when you're saying it like that.
Nah, I mean he did it like because we watch boxing, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that bullshit Ward used to do, but he's a great fighter.
Yeah, but I mean, he put on a Perry clinic with Spence.
Yeah, Bud Perry's as well. Yeah, that's true.
But it is a lost start for sure. Yeah, it's definitely a lost start.
And look at the ranges of names we had to go through, like to come up with like 3 people. Like half them niggas retired only at the point where they fight once a year.
Yeah, most of the defenses either it's minimalist or they move a lot. Or luckily, at least the bad shoulder rolls are kind of going away.
I mean, say what you will, but like a guy like Berlanga, his defense to me has always been a little bit much more responsible than fucking Munguia. I'm just saying, there's certain guys, plant good. I'm just compared to Munguia.
I think Bivol had some decent parries at times.
You're right. Yeah, Bivol does. You're right.
Not recently, but he has. I've seen it.
Yeah, no.
We know it's in his toolbox though. Some of these niggas, they ain't got their toolbox is fucking empty. They got like
the Inoue take like the top level guys. You see you see them doing a little bit of some parry, some like the top
parries as much as he could. Like
my fault. Who Pat?
Monster. I don't think he parries as much as he.
No, but I've seen him do it when he. I've seen him do
who throwing the top of fire at Monster to make him parry?
Yeah.
I ain't see I ain't see Inoue parry. You had to go into like maybe his 10th, 11th, 12th fights type shit. Like you'd have to go when he was on the damn Roman Gonzalez undercards, bro. Like,
yeah.
But he has it. He has a toolbox. Like he could damn put one hand down and outbox you like on some Roy Jones, Sugar Ray Leonard shit.
Yeah,
I've seen him do it, but he ain't gonna do it like that often now.
But like I said, it's not a lot of fighters throw heat at him back. Like you have your Donays and your Neres, but
also I don't think
he wasn't parrying them cats at all.
Also, I don't think he had the best parry. I'm not saying his parry was one of the best, but like a lot of fighters don't parry. Frank Martin would actually parry at times. I've seen him like actually try to parry punches and shit like that. But like he does it he has that weird like that southpaw parry type, which is like I don't know, like their southpaw parries are a little different, a little weirder, a little awkwarder than regular parries. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I see what you're coming from. Yeah, because it's the movement, it's the angle. Damn, PJ needed to be here to help explain that. Fuck. Inoue's bag of skills is deep. Fuck yeah, shit. Like, I feel like if you didn't see his whole career play out, you missed out on a lot of nuances Inoue has. Like you wouldn't know if you just caught Inoue from the last 5 or 6 fights. Like Elite Hall of Fame, one of those. Yeah, that's facts.
Easy. Yeah, and I mean, I don't think like Munguia now, and I know a lot of people were kind of blaming because he went back to Eric Morales and dumped Freddie, and and it's like
Morales had him looking good though.
Yeah, that's why I don't understand it. Like Morales was 10 times the fighter that Freddie Roach was, maybe even 20 times the fighter. Like,
about 25.
God damn.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is you can't keep going back and forth between trainers and then with 2 completely different game plans. It's like it throws you off.
Yeah, because you started with he was with Roach initially. Then Morales came and joined him. Then Morales took over. He went to Roach, and then he went back to Morales.
Yeah, I mean Roach you go to if you want your offense to to really kick in like high powered offense, you go to Roach. If you want your offense to kick in, but you want to be defensively responsible, that's Morales. That's where Morales comes in.
I thought it was good, but I saw a lot of people saying that. Oh, he went back. They were blaming Morales for it. I was like, you can't really. I mean,
dude, remember when Munguia was starting to fuck up, Morales had this nigga looking good, and that's when all of us was like, honestly,
he's
like
probably speaking them in Spanish. He's probably speaking them.
The thing is, Munguia wasted that moment when Morales had him looking good for several fights.
Mm-hmm.
He blew it. Then he went and had other several fights, went back to Rhodes. He just fucking blew it. That's all it was. Like when he was on a good momentum with Morales, he never stepped up then when he should have.
Well,
Right.
The thing is, I thought at one point, like in his first stint with Morales, I thought there was a point where he was kind of stagnant. So I was okay when he went to Roach, because it gave him like a different looks, a fresh painted coat. But like then it was like, okay, he went back, and it's like I don't like the switching on and off because
he would get stagnant everywhere he would go because they would do the same fucking list of opponents. It's like, dude, you either gotta break the fucking cycle and go for that fucking elite guy, or you're just gonna you're gonna look good until you look mid with this nigga. Then you're gonna go to this nigga and look good until you look mid with this nigga.
No, I hear you, but the thing is, like, okay, if you're just gonna be fighting the same round robin of mid-off fighters, I would like I'm expecting
stay one place.
Yeah, I'm expecting you to just flatline and just a lateral, not fucking go down. Like it was like his shit was dropping. I'm like, bro, you're not even.
That's the point. It was like his shit was just so fucking hit or miss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Brazilian, I understand after the Canelo fight going for Brazilian, but like you went lower on paper. You went lower than Brazilian after Brazilian. You should have not went lower, of an opponent on paper.
Especially you had the Billy fight, but no, it's not even no. Because then now we're blaming matchmaking. He should have kicked this guy's ass. That's what it is.
Facts.
Fuck all this damn went lower. Yeah, dude, he's been going up. Look, the man has been damn hovering at C+ and B level fighters his whole career.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think you're being generous by saying B level fighters. I'm just
maybe B. Okay, because I look at it like this.
He did fight Canelo.
Derevyanchenko is a B level guy, whereas a guy like
he's a B level guy.
Surace or these guys are like C level.
No, Derevyanchenko, a B level guy in his prime. He was not in his prime.
Well, all I know is this: if we give an overall report card or grade on Derevyanchenko as skill level, career, whatever, yeah, I know we're prime, but my whole thing is this: Derevyanchenko is a B level fighter, but he gave a B level performance that night when he fucking fought Munguia.
Probably get almost an A too.
But yeah, that's probably an A-level performance. Remember, it was a fight of the year. Remember, we didn't think much of fucking Derevyanchenko going into that fight.
No, not at all.
So he may not have been in his prime, but goddamn it, that night he was in his prime.
Yeah, basically the
Munguia made him look like
he was. Remember, like they were supposed to feed him. He was supposed to get killed, and after maybe Billy can do the job, and he still didn't get killed by Billy. It's like, damn, this nigga will not get knocked out.
Well, Billy not getting him out of there is a Billy's fault because Derevyanchenko was injured. Everything about you, and Billy was just incompetent that night.
These niggas just ain't that good.
Yeah. No, honestly, if they fought now, I would not favor Munguia over Billy, and I'm not high on Billy.
Yeah.
Well, we know now for sure.
I mean, who the fuck? I mean, would you even favor Munguia over Berlanga? At this point,
a lot of people did. No. Now I don't want to do revisions because a lot of people pick Munguia.
Let's not go crazy.
Wait, one at a time. Hold on.
Let's not go crazy now. Let's not go crazy. Yeah, I would.
Okay. So you would favor Munguia or that's 50-50?
No, I would favor Munguia over Berlanga.
I would favor Munguia too. A lot of people did.
At this point, it's 50-50 for me right now.
Now, know what we know now, but like before Saturday.
No, before. I'm not talking about before. Yeah, all of us was in agreement Munguia should beat his ass. Right now, that might be 50-50.
Bro, at this point, Shane Mosley Jr. would give Munguia a better fight than Berlanga.
And honestly, that fight could. I wish
that's not a bad fight for either one of them niggas. Bro, like hold on, wait. That's just good matchmaking, bro. Hold on.
Yes.
If you're gonna have me laugh for real, you gotta give me a better joke. Like,
yeah.
I mean, they were on Golden Boy
he's
for a
earned
while.
That payday too. Like,
I'm being serious. I'm being serious, bro. I'm not joking.
I'd go with that fight too.
I don't have no problem with that fight, and Shane Jr. could probably beat both of them.
Yeah.
He never got his chance for that. He should be fighting Beck the Bully because you're on Golden Boy. Like something should happen with Shane. He's son of a legend. I mean, come on, like give him some name.
Yeah, that shit Shane was saying on Vlad with the whole like Golden Boy, is shitting on his son, like shitting on him through his son with the promotion. I could understand because it's like, damn, bro, like
I didn't put those vibes with
you getting title shots, none of that.
I saw him on Catamation. Is what it is a few months ago, and I got him. He kind of like threw it subliminally, like
yeah. I'm gonna be honest. The managing of Mosley's son kind of feels personal. Kind of feels like on some pain.
Yeah, okay. I know I ain't crazy then. Okay. Like they really gotta like they're like, yeah, nigga. We don't like your daddy. I'm surprised they didn't feed this nigga to the Sharks, literally. But I guess they'd be like, we'd have to give him a payday if that was the case. Fuck it. Just have him fight some C-level guys, and if the fight's close enough, rob him. Because that shit look personal, bro. But yeah, Munguia, he definitely got to go back to the drawing board, tighten up some things. But you just honestly, he wasted because at least
last question on him. Would you have him stick with Morales? Because it's probably going to blame it on Morales.
Oh my God! Please do not have him change trainers no more.
Yeah,
just live or die with who you with. Like grass ain't always greener. You gotta water that. The gym ain't always cleaner, nigga. You gotta damn bob and weave whatever gym you in, motherfucker. Like you gotta practice defense no matter who training you. Like.
Right.
Like he just kind of just wasted his career. Like at least with Leo Santa Cruz, he got a belt, bigger fights. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but goddamn, bro, like Munguia just ain't like damn, bro. Like you don't even have a Zerto career.
Facts.
Like really, like when you talk about Munguia, you talk about a dude who really could have had more names. Like I feel like you just underachieved. Like you fought like a gazillion fights just for this Canelo fight, and then you get your ass knocked out the second fight afterward.
Like this dude should have had a middleweight title of some sort. He should have actually, I don't know what the fuck happened. Like he could have been a middleweight champion at least, but like I said, I mean they put the cuffs on his career, and now that they're kind of off, now you're seeing now you're seeing what's happening. It's a problem.
The cuff's still on, bro.
Yeah,
it's just that he ain't built like that. Like some niggas ain't built for these gazillion fights. Munguia was supposed to be a guy with 25 fights, 26, maybe 30 fights, and sprinkled with some good career-defining fights. Yeah. Instead, he has how many fights this nigga got? 40 fights?
Give or take, yeah.
And then it's you only sprinkle with maybe 2 world-class B+ A-level guys. That's Derevyanchenko and Canelo.
Yeah.
It's that ain't really a good look. Bro, you never had a dominating part in your career.
Yeah.
And I'll give you Hogan. But damn, it's you got your ass whooped and went life or death more than you won.
Mm-hmm.
Is Gabe Rosado going to be your career best win? He did beat Derevyanchenko, but damn, bro,
and I forgot he fought
that version of Derevyanchenko.
Did he stop Rosado, or did that go to the cards?
That went to the distance, and remember, they was talking about running that back.
Oh yeah,
because that was a competitive fight. Liam Smith was a competitive fight. Derevyanchenko, he barely beat Derevyanchenko. That was
that's just kind of crazy. All of the fucking Munguia fights at 160 and early 168 was all a blur to me. I can't remember none of them.
But dude, it was nigga, Munguia is that album that it had two producers on it, but they both gave you the same fucking sound with maybe a little alteration in it, and they gave you 20 songs in a row, with no possible change-ups. That's Munguia's career. That's why you don't remember that.
Basically, he got the recyclables for Just Blaze and the Heat Makers. The recyclables.
Yeah, he got the leftover fucking Pharrell beats. He got the He got the Philly Most Wanted beats. They got the Touch and Spade beat. Like, nigga, like, that's Pilot. You don't remember songs 5 through 10 because they sounded like 1 through 4. You don't remember songs 11 through fucking 17 because they sound like 1 through 10. Like, that, you don't remember these Munguia fights because the 154 performances look the same as the 160 and 168 performances.
Facts.
Only a few fights stand out because of the name or the ass whooping involved. We had to tell you, we had to name the niggas because you up here like, all I could just remember is Munguia getting caught when he's not supposed to.
Yeah, I mean the Tyrion because of the cheek. Pause. The cheek rip. That's all I can really remember.
Yeah.
and the Hogan gift. You know what I'm saying?
The Hogan gift. Like, damn. But ain't much else to say, man. Shit. What else happened? Like,
I mean, now and just touch upon it. I mean, shout out to, of course. I mean, there's a couple people that. I mean, shout out to Charles Conwell, of course. You know, like Charles Conwell is a problem, and he needs a big fight. He's long overdue for a huge fight at 154. Like, you know, like, dude is an absolute problem. And shout out to Kirill and Roca also too for. Oh, pretty much. It was a brutal. I mean, it was a pretty brutal fight.
It was probably. It could have. You could. I mean, maybe Boots carrying. It was one of the better welterweight fights this year. You know, 147 fights. It really was.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to call it fight of the year, you can because it was. It did have a mean ebb and flow.
Yes, I'm gonna have to go and see that. Then. All right.
Yeah. No. It was really a really good fight.
It was definitely a draw. I mean, it was an epitome. I thought Kirill would zap him, but he never fought a southpaw before, so it's like you could tell a little bit. Because Rocco was boxing, but, you know, Rocco gets drawn into it. But it was a really good fight. Yeah, it was like, I think round 10, I might have tweeted off the count. Round 10 was like one of the best rounds this year. I felt like it was pretty lit round.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a full. That fight's a full recommendation. You know, you could absolutely. That's a fight to watch. You know, and then also too, if you're morbidly curious to see what Dillian White looks like after being, you know, after his PED suspension is done. Yeah, let's just say it was one of them CTE type of bouts. Like
did he win?
Oh, he won. Yeah, because dude didn't want to take any more punches after 7 rounds. Like he stopped
this African dude, right? The big African, Tete. What was his name?
Yeah, there were no knockdowns. At least yeah. It was a couple of them were either they were slugging, and then what I think Dylan White went down from exhausted and had to get his monkey ass to fight.
I think a young ass Dubois dropped Tete like in the first 30 seconds. Shit like this. Crazy.
But yeah, no, Dylan White, I think he's trying to make one more run because he knows his time is almost up. Like, you know,
run where?
Another Chisora fight. Another Chisora fight.
Yeah. So yeah, though
at this point, Chisora might even beat him.
It wouldn't surprise me either.
And then he got like 2 fights already. What sick fuck? Well, never mind.
Yeah, why? What's one more?
I know, right? Let me shut up.
Yeah, it's even Jerome Miller.
These niggas heard that Ring Gang won another Chisora White fight. Yeah,
he beat Parker. Not Parker.
One was a fight, yeah. One was a brutal knockout. So
he beat. He draw Joyce and clearly beat Joe Joyce. That's kind of crazy to think about. He beat Joe Joyce in 2024.
Yeah, though.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah, that's the fight. I don't. Yeah.
So Sora's always going to get a win or a performance that's just going to keep him around longer than he should be.
And he's got the fan base where, like, you know, justifies it because you see the crowds. They love him for some reason.
That's the problem, bro. All he has to do is look not as bad, or somebody just had to suck more than he was supposed to suck. Pause. And somehow he wins, and he has a cheeseburger backstage, and they're talking about 15 more fights for this nigga.
And unfortunately, some of these fighters can't put him to sleep for some reason. I don't know why.
Yes, so it's like, oh, damn, like a nigga like Chisora wouldn't have lasted this long in the damn 90s or early 2000s or in the 80s.
No, I'm not glad. Heavyweight division, it's not that bad, but we gotta talk about how it's kind of like it's not that good either.
Too many niggas was trying to make a point when they fought back in the day. Like a David Tua cleans him up. Tyson cleans it. It's like too many niggas clean this dude up.
I pick Ike Ibuchi, Riddick Bowe, both. I mean, obviously Riddick Bowe, but I'm saying I pick Ike Bowe almost these niggas. But yeah, it's what it is.
I mean, this nigga like the cokeheads from the 80s will mop this nigga up. He'd be around this long.
I mean, David Hay mopped him up. So it's like, and that was how long, and that was when David Hay was still prime. Like,
I love that whole fight and that damn he let him combos. The build up for that shit was legendary. Like,
yeah. And Hay beat the living shit out of him. So it's like
this nigga with so many combinations like that. Like you don't see a heavyweight throw them damn combos like that.
Hell no, not in this day and age. But like I said, there was a lot of boxing, a lot of upsets, but that was the biggest upset of Munguia. So this weekend, of course, we have a rematch. A rematch, some say is probably not warranted, but obviously it's rematch clauses because it's the thing to have. But this time it's not matchroom clause. It's Top Rank put that shit up in there. So we have one Tyson Fury, fresh off taking again a 0 took earlier this year from Alexander Usyk. Now they're gonna run back, and for now 3 of the 4 heavyweight titles, since one of them now is owned by Dubois because Usyk had to put that aside, and IBF was not like no
because the IBF been kind of back on their shit again.
Yeah. So with this one, once again, case, how do you think this is gonna? How do you think the rematch is gonna go? Are we gonna see a repeat of Fury kind of dominating the first half and then getting in trouble again, and then Usyk kind of taking the second half, and because like I said, the first fight was close. It was a close fight. It wasn't like I think I had Usyk winning by like 1, and that was because he scored the knockdown. So. It
was close, but Usyk definitely won. I'm still gonna pick Fury like I did the first fight. I'm still gonna pick Tyson Fury for this one.
And what do you think? Do you think it's just maybe it was one thing about Fury too. Fury has recovery powers out of this world too. But I'm starting to really notice that his punch resistance is starting to go to like Munguia's is going. His punch resistance is like.
I feel like we can all agree that trilogy fucking with Wilder took a lot out of him. I feel obviously, and he doesn't know.
Especially that damn third fight.
That third fight. He even like the second fight, didn't he get? No, he dominated the second fight pretty much. But that first and third fight.
He took some punches from Wilder the second fight, but
in that third fight, especially
money shots.
With money, and this is a big dude. This is a dude that was almost pushing 500-600 pounds because he was overweight, sniffing coke all the time and shit. So it's like. I know, like supposedly, y'all heard that like his
punches clean too.
You heard his wife had a miscarriage or some shit right before. I don't know if that's some bullshit or not. If it's whatever, but maybe that played a role. I don't know.
Dude, he's always having something with a kid or something happening.
He got like 10 kids. Yeah. It's not, but it's hard not
to. Wilder fight, something happened too.
It's hard not to give him a chance, right? Fury is pretty. I'd say he's complete as a boxer. It's hard not to think Usyk would just steamroll him, right?
Fury. I would say he's complete. He's competent. He's extremely competent, and he has his, But like I say, it's telling that Usyk, who's was able to have like damn near he came the close to actually putting him away. Because truthfully, that fight could have been waved off. And no one would have been than I. Because dude was out.
You would definitely argue he was out on his feet in that round.
Yeah, like
only fucking Steve Smoger or let me see, maybe a Frank Cappuccino.
No, that ref.
Only a few refs would have let that go if that was in America.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like obviously if you watch the recent clip of Turkey three-waying him on the phone, you feel like they kind of lean towards they want that Fury AJ fight still. You know what I'm saying? So Usyk might gotta stop him
because this nigga's a fan, bro. Like that's the thing. Like. He's not being objective. He's literally saying to like, yo, Fury's gonna win. That's why they be so pissed. Remember, they want Bivol to win the last fight. Better be one of these. All these niggas was pissed.
Yeah, technically they want Better Be because Better Be is the Muslim, so it's like I think that's more of like the thing. Like
they say that, but the body expression say something else, man.
Whereas I get it, Fury is the more marketable fighter because he's already people know who he is, like,
I think they're just fans of Fury though. I don't.
He speaks English. He speaks English too. He speaks English, and also the AJ fight's still a moneymaker. No matter it's still a moneymaker.
Yeah. And then Fury plays up with the theatrics and all that shit that they love and enjoy. So yeah, but they standing a little too hard.
Whereas Usyk, I mean, it's not Usyk is super serious. I mean, Usyk has what we call them crazy eyes. Like you can look at like that. He has like he looks even crazier than Fury does. Like but
I mean, Usyk does have a personality and shit, but it's like the way he's promoted in these fights, you don't get to really see it like that.
No. Because most like Usyk has to promote himself, which he does a lot of. Like you see him, and he dances and he does a lot of weird shit. Like and
when has Usyk ever had a big fight in America that got the full?
He hasn't. He hasn't. Yeah, he hasn't.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Like if he has that one time, it's over for him. Just like it was for Crawford when he got it.
I'm just saying what they're doing with Usyk.
But the problem is, it's not Usyk can't. He can fight in America. But it's just he's like a lone wolf because he's not signed to anyone major. He has his own promotion, so it's like if he fights, he can fight America at his own leisure. But someone has to kind of make it worth his while to do it. That's
even though players over there for
it's just not worth it because Usyk. I mean, no, unfortunately, Usyk does not speak English. Like American, the average person,
semi-casual fan. It would be worth it if they had the opponent, bro. That's what we saying. Like,
yeah.
But there's nobody realistically. For Usyk to fight in America right now, off rip, that would just make bread.
The only relevant, and he's not relevant now these days. The only relevant heavyweight we have in America is Wilder. He's not relevant, he's Wilder.
Dude, you could have said Jared Anderson, bro.
Like, he just lost. So I don't, and instead of Wilder, but I'm saying Wilder.
He's more relevant than fucking Wilder.
Is he?
One nigga just lost a good fight. Another nigga lost twice in a row and got knocked out.
To boxing fans, yes, Anderson might be a little bit more relevant, but I'm saying to the average American fan that would purchase a ticket for a U.S. fight, fighter.
I think more people saw Jared Anderson's performance than they've seen Wilder get knocked out and lose against Parker and
because it was a blood fight. Yeah, I watched with my family the Wilder shits. I mean the Madrimov Bud shit. So yeah, that makes sense.
Wilder losses went under the radar here. Like honestly,
completely.
Kind of helped his career a little more.
Like did anybody randomly
his career some?
Did anybody randomly talk to you about the Wilder losing? On the street. Nobody mentioned it to me.
Dude. Nobody mentioned Wilder lost in the street, like to me, students, anybody, until Zhang knocked them out. That's when it was like, oh, because knockouts travel a little further than a decision.
Yeah, like Parker.
Yeah.
Parker. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of reach. But yeah, the Zhang one because
it almost felt like a rumor when he lost to Parker. It was like, y'all heard Wilder lost. Is that true? Like,
whereas when Wilder got KO'd, that World Star Hip Hop and all that shit, they showed that shit. Like,
and it was the nature of it. The motherfucker spun around on some stupid shit and got hit. Like, it was just a goofy ass KO. So, like, there was no hiding that. But even then, if Wilder gets those 2 losses in America, career over, bro.
Career is over. Yeah.
But since he didn't, it's kind of like you could sneak Wilder in on some card or some shit, and niggas might not know better. It'd be like, oh, hold on, he might could bring it back. But so it's different. But with Jared Anderson, you just seen him in a good fight where he just got beaten up by a better fighter.
Right.
That's a different effect. It's like, and he's younger too, so it's like, well, shit, maybe he could turn it around. But Wilder.
I might have mentioned it before, but I was way more intrigued for some reason between Madrimov and Boachuk, which obviously is not happening now, than the Fury Usyk rematch.
We'll definitely get to the whole fuckery with that one. But yeah, with Usyk, and let's say Usyk as now a fight, he's a Hall of Famer now. Like you won't fight him who's fucking with his resume right now. Considering that,
I mean, a Hall of Famer, he's approaching like all-time great status right now.
Because like I said, he's
right there now.
He's the only fighter that can say that he won all his belts or as an away fighter, which is incredibly difficult to do. Like not
undisputed in 2 divisions.
Yeah, not Monster, not Crawford. They can't boast anything like this because it's unique.
Yeah, because he ain't fighting in Ukraine. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and he's been largely he's largely the underdog in most of these heavyweights, especially against Joshua and also with Fury too. And I think even right now, let me just take a quick look at the odds for this. So right now, and this time around, Usyk is the favorite. He's minus 166. Fury plus 136. So method of victory. So Usyk points decision plus 155. Usyk KO 300, draw 1800. Fury decision plus 410. Fury KO plus 310. That Fury decision is quite possible. Like I'm actually surprised it's that high.
Yeah, that's pretty much my pick, and I know they're gonna do everything to make that happen.
Yeah. And honestly, I'm going with Usyk again, like I said, because just it was just alarming how badly Usyk had Fury out of there. And I think Fury's starting to get older. Like he's getting older. His
answer your question. According to Mayo Clinic,
Alexa, shut down. Sorry about that.
It's been a while. From Alexa.
Yeah. But I think Fury's just getting a little older, and so is Usyk for that matter, though. But I just think Usyk is just a little bit more preserved, whereas I think Fury, the Wilder fights and and then of course the fight with fucking whatchamacallit. Why am I forgetting his fucking name right now? Where he got fucking knocked down and went to a decision. Why am I forgetting his name all of a sudden?
Wallen? Not Wallen.
that was a hard fight too. The UFC fighter. Why am I forgetting his fucking name?
Ngannou, Francis Ngannou.
That was a hard fight.
Yeah, that was a hard fucking fight because Ngannou was out there putting hands on him, knocked him down. I mean, Ngannou was so empowered, emboldened, he was actually able to throw a Superman punch at him, like it was the thing to do.
He was so emboldened, he went and fought Anthony Joshua right afterwards.
Exactly.
Nobody else does that.
Many felt he beat Fury.
Yeah,
he has an argument, which is bad, you know. And then after that, and then Ngannou's definitely is like afterwards threatening Fury is like, yeah, I can do anything I can want to. You can't do anything about it. You know how
honestly, his performance was so good. I think he kind of underestimated Joshua after that.
Yeah. And then Joshua had unfortunately had to kind of right the wrong from that occasion.
So we
literally a right, couple rights.
We ain't have to hear no more MMA fans and UFC fans talk greasy.
Yeah, they were talking,
learn they talk in turn, like chill.
Yeah, they were talking stupid greasy, yo. But yeah, no, but I just think it was just too much.
You got Usyk by stoppage or the cards?
I got Usyk by. See, I want to say stoppage too, but I'm gonna go to probably Usyk by decision. But I think it'll probably be a clearer decision this time around.
Yeah.
I honestly I think Usyk will probably Did you say something? Pilot?
I said bollocks.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, honestly, I think Usyk will try his best to actually hurt Fury early. You know, and Usyk, I see Usyk. Usyk, it looks like he's in real good fucking shape too. Like he's not fucking around. You know, but I'm gonna go with the decision though, straight up. What about you, P?
Well, I'm actually going with stoppage, Usyk stoppage. I don't think that Fury's going to be able to push the pace to outwork Usyk. Like, I just think at this point he's slowing down. I don't think he's going to be as durable. I think Usyk knows now he can hurt Fury too. So I think he's more likely to take more chances. And yeah, I just can't see him keeping up with Usyk, Fury keeping up with Usyk at his pace. And he gonna try to muscle him. He gonna try to, do the big man stuff because he was having success with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think him trying to do that is gonna leave himself open. He gonna get hit too many times. I think he gonna get hurt and he gonna get stopped late. I think Usyk gonna catch him late, 10th round.
Okay. I'm not even. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely see it too, because that's what Fury does. Like if Fury can't really outbox you like that, he'll smother you and do all types of dirty shit. Like to make sure. Like I mean, of course, it didn't work against Ngannou because Ngannou was strong, a lot stronger, and he was able to throw his ass off. But it's I can I could definitely see that being a thing too. What about you, Ron? What do you think, Fury or Usyk the second time around?
Yeah, Fury been on his last leg for 3 years, nigga. I got Usyk knockout.
Hey, I'm not even mad at you for that. I'm like I said, I am definitely not mad at you for because
I wouldn't be surprised if Usyk knock him out. I feel like the way as bad as Tyson Fury looked last time in the last part of the fight, Usyk should have knocked him out then. Right. So I'm just like, damn, if you can't knock him out from there, like I don't know if it's in the cards for you to be knocking this dude out.
But I mean, it's only going to get worse because he chipped away at him. So it's like that little stuff adds up. It's going to pay dividends in the second fight because he ain't going to be as durable.
I mean, that's basically looking at it the opposite way. Like I could see both sides because it's like, did I do enough damage, residual damage, to knock you out this time, or damn? If I did all this and couldn't knock you out, can I knock you out? So it's like the ping pong game and Atari type shit. Like,
it's gonna be an interesting fight. I mean, I'd say too. I mean, Fury will. I mean, I know.
Fury, I think Fury was hurting him to the body and shit. He had Usyk hurt.
He did.
Like Usyk, like goddamn, like even Usyk looked like he was about to be out of there. And then Fury started fucking joking around and having to laugh and shit.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Usyk. Usyk still has that elite second gear. So it's like even if he's getting muscled or boxed or whatever, for whatever reason, Usyk can just summon up that second gear of his and just punish, and that's when he starts punishing.
I think no one ever takes advantage of that. Like no one ever. Like they always let him get to the second gear.
That's my thing. I don't think that Fury has enough at this point to keep up the pace with Usyk.
Well, I mean, because I mean, Fury hasn't been out and about like so. I mean, it depends on what he actually comes in.
And he looks bigger. Pause. He looks bigger this time around. So,
I want to say Fury, but I can't keep going against Usyk. It's tough. It's hard not to say Fury has a chance, but I'm saying Usyk will probably stop him too late, 11 or something. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, man.
So
I can very well see that because it's like with Fury, sometimes you don't know what you're gonna get. Like
because the first fight he was up in the first fight, comfortably. I felt like the first 7-8 rounds, he
kind of gave it away, like. Like when he was supposed to press the issue, he went back.
Because, I'll give credit to Usyk. I think Usyk has one of the best second wins or second, lives in body. Like,
Yeah, but this is a case where, like, I get the whole second win shit.
I don't know if he plays possum,
but if a nigga lets you off the hook, it's like the second win ain't really hit like that.
I don't know, like, it seems like every fight, he's damn, he's hurt like a motherfucker. Is he playing possum or something? Taking
Nobody had Usyk looking like that bad, like that. Like,
I mean, AJ hurt him the second fight, the 10th or 9th round. He hurt him bad, and he came back. I'm just saying, there's been
But that's the thing. That shit was more like a damn. He caught a good shot, buzzed him, and Usyk responded like he came. Like the way Fury had this nigga looking lethargic, like he was like he couldn't do nothing else, and all you just needed Fury to do was just come forward and just pick up the pace. And it's like instead, this nigga just retreats and starts fucking around and dancing and getting on the ropes and shit. Like nobody, I haven't seen Usyk look like that where it's like, damn, if you really step to him, you could really probably finish this guy off. Pause. Like, so that's all I'm saying. Like, it's one thing to fight to your second win. It's another thing to where somebody allows you to have a second win. And I feel like Fury allowed him to have that shit.
Yeah. And I can see that too.
I mean, it's still a good fight. Like, if Usyk was to knock him the fuck out, I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
But if Fury was to somehow bullshit his way to a decision, and the judges are favorable on that bullshit, and they kind of like, maybe we'll get a trilogy, maybe this or whatever the fucking they got in their mind. I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, Fury KO and Usyk, Fury decision and Usyk KO might be the two best bets of this whole fight.
Facts. And if there's any special props of Fury going down at some point in there, throw some money on that too.
Definitely, because this might be one of those earth-shattering, damn. And I feel like Munguia felt like Tyson Fury actually, like, because all I could see was that damn when Steve Cunningham dropped Fury, like.
Yeah, that shit was too crazy. Like,
that's how Munguia felt like he got hit with one of those, like, oh my goodness. Like, but yeah, I can see Fury, get dropped by something. But yeah, and then God forbid if this nigga land a great body shot on Usyk, you don't know what happened.
And I mean, there's already a special on FanDuel right now. If Tyson Fury to be knocked out any rounds of 1, 2, or 3, it's plus 1,400. So that might be something to look at too.
I don't know if he'll get dropped that early though. Like, that's crazy.
I mean, Steve Cunningham dropped him that early, so that's the thing.
Yeah, but Usyk ain't no Steve Cunningham. Like, Usyk, and I say this respectfully because we all know Usyk's the greater fighter. But Usyk ain't never just really just haul off and just one shot a nigga with everything like that before.
Well, no, Tony Bellew, he did that.
After fucking 9 rounds of beating this dude up, like I'm talking about slinging a good hard shot early on some like, let me see if you can take my punch. Like Usyk don't line niggas up like that. Like Cunningham lined dude up for that shot.
He did.
Like that's all I'm saying. Like it's a little different, but I get what you're saying. Like, cause Usyk does have the power to knock you out if he line you up. He lined up Bellew for that.
What's Fury's best, like, Pat? Like, is him trying to be the big man, trying to bully or box? Or I thought he'd mix it up the first fight and do a great job at mixing it up, which he did at first. But I'm just saying, like, what's the best? What is the way to beat Usyk? You know, as a 6'9" fucking, you know.
Yeah, in this case, you have to go to his body. I mean, Usyk's body is as clear as his weakest.
Is his kryptonite? Yeah, this is kryptonite. Yeah. If there was one, it would be the body. Yeah.
And I think Fury can. I'm pretty sure Fury can come up with game plans to actually get go to Usyk's body, but he's gonna need to do it.
I mean, he did it last time. Like he got to it early. Like, cause I think there was a good body shot Fury landed that had Usyk just like, oh shit, like he was remembering the Dubois fight. Like that's what kind of slowed Usyk down. And instead of Fury turning it up, like he never did, it's like he played with his food. Like he caught the mouse by the tail and he's like, ha ha ha, like nigga. And the mouse ended up having a fucking Glock 9 or some shit. And the rest is history. Cause you're not the mouse ain't supposed to, if you holding the mouse like this by the tail, I'm gonna walk out the room and think you don't won. That's it. If I come back in the room and you bleeding on the floor, and the mouse is in the corner, like nigga, what? Like something went terribly wrong. And I feel like that's what happened with Fury, because if you'd seen when Fury was up, you were supposed to leave and come back and be like, all right, to come back, you're supposed to come back to hear Fury singing or some bullshit, celebrating.
Right.
You're supposed to come back and see this nigga falling all over the ropes, getting battered from pillar to post. Like, nigga, what we doing here? Like,
I was like, you too big to be bouncing off he damn near hit all the damn ropes. Like, but I will say so, the referee probably stepped in at because when Fury stumbled into that corner too, I had a feeling Usyk was getting ready to tee off until the referee was just like, nah, hold up, I'm gonna give you this standing 8 right now. And this is Usyk is too fucking nice, man. He's too nice to do no shit like that. Like he might do that now, but you can tell like he's not trying to kill people out there. Because I felt like Usyk sets up a lot of people where he could really just overwhelm them and get them out of there, but he doesn't. He just
goes 1-2, 1-2, or 1-2, 3, 1-2. It's like he's like a heavyweight Bivol. And even Bivol could show he's mean sometimes.
And honestly, I think Usyk probably likes Fury, so he's probably not like, okay, if I'll beat him, but I probably won't try to hurt him that bad.
Yeah, only he rationalized that. Me, I'm just like, man, if you don't throw everything at this big motherfucker, like, bro, what we doing? Like, come on. Like, and I just, both of these guys, they're too good to just underestimate or let them off the hook. So,
right,
Fury let Usyk off the hook last time, and it cost him. And I could tell that loss was pissing him off because when Fury, he got kicked out of some bar, he was drunk on the floor, on the ground in the street. Like, it was a whole bunch of shit after that loss, yo.
Yeah, I was like, why are you out there looking like a damn near like a homeless? Like,
Yeah, like, and the way he's acting is like, dude, you're like a fucking multi-millionaire. You're like one of the richest people in the world. And you're carrying on like a goddamn drunk from Las Olas, nigga. Like, stop. Like, you act like you had wet willies or some shit. Like, you got all this. Yeah, I know, right? It's just, I don't know. Like, you can tell that loss got him, man. Like, that shit really fucked him up. So, who knows? But Usyk is rightly the favorite. You gotta respect it because he did put them hands on Fury, and Fury did allow it.
Sure, absolutely, But what was it? But as Pilot mentioned earlier too, what we were looking forward to was also the co-main too, where Bohacek, coming off a fight of the year with Virgil Ortiz to face Madrimov, but some last minute matchmaking kind of changed all that, and then at first it was like, okay, Madrimov is going to do this, and in 2 months he's going to face Virgil Ortiz in February. Which would have been a crazy turnaround, and obviously you respect it because that takes a lot of balls to actually have a turnaround like that with two hard fights, But apparently, I guess in the end it was just like, oh, wait a minute, someone has acute bronchitis or some shit like that, so Madrimov was pulled from this card, but he still maintained for the Ortiz fight in February. So we got a replacement, Ishmael Davis, who is not the fighter that Madrimov is, or whatever, and he's coming off a close loss against Josh Kelly, But I will say this for this fight, it has potential to be something because Ishmael Davis punches hard. Like Bohacek is not going to have to go far to actually try to find him. Like it could be one of those fights where either Bohacek shows he's a level, or he gets busted up by Davis. Like it's one of those two things are possible because it's 154. 154. That's what they do at 154. They fight. That's what they
I like Ishmael. I've actually met him. Good guy, good fighter. But this is a bad matchup for him style wise.
But Ishmael's saving grace is he is powerful. Like Bohacek is not it's not an iron chin.
I missed the Kelly fight, so I mean, did he really give Kelly all of it? Pause. Did he give Kelly a tough fight? Was it Ishmael Davis?
He gave him a good fight, but I thought he very much lost.
I mean, I feel like Bulchuk beat Ortiz, personally.
Everyone thinks that. I personally think Ortiz.
Not everyone, man. You motherfuckers
a good amount of people. A good amount of people.
Not everybody, because I don't think he beat Virgil.
Nah, he ain't beat shit.
Yeah, no,
you can't get fucking hurt that many times and fucking say you got robbed, bro. God damn, I don't care if you drop the nigga twice. If he hurts you in every other fucking round, like, bro, like, come on.
And on top of that, too, is when Ortiz switched to boxing the last 3 rounds, he won those rounds clear.
Yeah,
thank you. It's like no one remembers that.
No, he boxed, but then he got drawn back into the war again. Volchuk's the guy, I know we saw
he
Brandon
ended the fight on boxing, though.
Yeah, I mean, because Volchuk Madrimov just seemed like a fight like, two guys that, two of those Eastern Euros that nobody really wants to fight, you know what I'm saying? And they're fighting for the turkey paydays. So along with I know the guy Bakram's one of the other ones. Like, it would be perfect to have seen them fight, and then the winner fight Bakram for his strap. But boxing don't work that way.
But it's unfortunate though. We'll have to probably wait to see Bohachek Madrimov. Might be something for probably something in 2025 though. But the rest of the card, no. Like this is where if you're having a card like this, like the first Usyk Fury card, the undercard was actually good. It was actually good as you can watch. This one is just like it seems like it went from that to a domestic level fight. The undercard is really bad for the level of fight that this is supposed to be.
Not good at all.
No, this is like one of those UK matchroom cards, and it's not even a good version of a UK matchroom card.
This is like a Queensberry card. This is like you spend your whole day outside the house and you come back home just for the co-main, and that's it.
Pat, is Atama the young heavyweight on this one? Is it him versus McKean, or are they on this one or a different one?
McKean's on this card, but like I said, I don't think much of McKean's terrible. So
the kid he's fighting is supposed to be the next young good, next heavyweight, next British heavyweight. So I think he's fighting Moses Atama.
Yeah, he is, but that's not one of them fights I'm looking forward to because
at this point,
is trash.
at this point, that's one of the better fights on the card. Unfortunately, this card is that trash.
Yeah, like whoever was the matchmaker for this, like you regress. Like this was not supposed to be like. You could have probably put you could have put Bacoli and a Jabba on there. You could put something more worthy on this card than a whole bunch of domestic level heavyweights.
I mean, Fury Madrimov was clearly a great co-main, but that fell through. And then I know the guy McCann who was fighting McGrail, who had a new opponent, but that was supposed to be a good fight on the card, and that guy popped dirty. Turkey announced that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no. I'd say it's two. Knowing me, I'm gonna sit there and watch it because it's on pay-per-view, and I think the pay-per-view price is $39.99.
What happened to this 1995?
Was it supposed to be $19.95?
I thought it was supposed to be $20.
You know what? I might have my TV on right now. Let me go see what's really good.
Oh, hey, what it do? Salute Marquise. This is a budget UK pub crawl undercard. God damn.
Yeah, exactly.
Nigga.
He's not. Yeah, Marquise.
You ain't lying.
Yeah, he's not lying. Yeah.
Oh man, I got to holler at Cloudhockey. But what he doing this Saturday?
Yeah, but like I said, most likely, I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna watch, but it's not gonna be. Now I want to be pleasantly surprised, and there's gonna be blood and guts over there, but. Yeah,
dude, there's 9 fucking fights, bro. Who's gonna watch all of them shits?
None of it's really worth. Me and Pat, we watching the cards from beginning to end, but it's not really. It's one of those cards that are like background noise, goddamn near. To me, shit, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, pretty much. And like I said, that's why it's like, yeah, Turkey kind of fucked up on this. Like, this is not a card that's supposed to have this type of undercard. Like. It would have been much if there were at least 50-50 fights, but some of these fights, they're not 50-50 fights. They're absolutely not. So it's like, yeah, and you destroyed your co-main for no fucking reason, and this is what we got. So it's like, damn near it's like, the main event would probably be the only thing worth it for anyone to really want to watch.
Dude, and this is my whole thing is, y'all gave away the Madrimov, like, when y'all could have had Charles Conwell fight Ortiz, bro.
Yeah. Like there could have been other ways. I'm not saying Ishmael Davis is.
It's still a good fight I'll watch, but I'm literally would only watch the co-main and the main event. Ain't nothing else of interest or something.
This is clearly Turkey's worst card.
Yeah, I'm not even. Usually I would have done parlays, but I have the parlays. Yeah, no, thank you. I'm not gonna do a parlay. I might just do individual fight parlays and just keep it moving. Individual fight bets, straight bets, and just keep it moving. Turkey though, he fucked up on this card, and then he loaded up the card in February, where he got clearly put some of this shit on this card, and then when this shit would have had a mix, would have been a good mix, but.
It's like he's literally doing what we complain about promoters doing all the time with the whole they stacking up one fucking weekend of boxing, and then the rest of the month is like nothing.
Yeah.
Or some toaster leave-ins, and you're like, damn, like, did the Matchroom, Golden Boy, and Top Rank and PBC all need to have a card on the damn 12th or some shit?
Facts.
Like, this is it, but they just literally said, you know what? We just gonna do it on the fucking on this one card, and y'all ain't have to do that shit.
This will be the last good card of the year. Obviously we'll talk about soon, but this will be the last, the last 2024. But it's like, yeah.
Yeah, like 2024 just going out with a whimper, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is. Obviously, we would have had, Monster, at least go with that, but that's a whole nother problem. We'll get to that shortly, though. But yeah, no, yeah, I mean, so if you're gonna watch Usyk Fury 2, you're gonna have to probably wait a good while to go through, like, 9, give or take 7, 8, or 9 fights before you get to the main event.
So let's guesstimate. We're looking at you. If you get home by 6 o'clock Eastern, you could probably watch. You'll be in time to see the main event or the co-main.
Mm-hmm. Right. But yeah, like I said, if you're not interested in watching a domestic level card, I would suggest that you go do something else until then. Because you don't want. I'm positive you don't. I mean, I like I said, because I ain't got shit going on, because it'll just be me chilling, on my little, my little staycation. So I'm gonna watch it, but it ain't gonna be one of them fights. Gonna be like, it'll be there, but at least it's not happening at midnight. That's the only positive you can actually say.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, like if this was like if it was like the Crawford Adolf card where it started at 4 and it ended well after like 1 or 1:30. Yeah, that would be too much. But at least by then, I mean, the main event should be going by 6 at least. At least.
We hope.
Yeah, you hope. So yeah, I'm looking at it. It says the main fight card, starts at 11 a.m. of course, and then Usyk Fury main event ring walk is 5:25 p.m. ET. So, I would say be back by if you're going to be back by 5 o'clock, at least. Yeah, 5 o'clock. You may catch some of the co-main or whatever, but because one thing Turkey's not going to do, he's not like if the fights end early. Trust me, people are going to talk on this card. Like, they're going to find somebody to talk.
No. Now Riyadh season took over the fucking milking production from Top Rank by far. They be milking so much more.
Yeah, you might have Turkey. You might have Turkey to go. You might get up there, say something incredibly strange.
We have announced we're going to get the Ring magazine, and we're going to make it the main belt and all. He's going to have a whole presentation on that shit. I guarantee you.
Yeah. And then he's gonna make some off-brand.
Dude, nobody gives a shit. Like, bro,
that's what I'm saying. It's like, like, why they don't get that shit? Like all this extra presentation, like y'all do this. Like, what's the shit I seen? These niggas said, they got motherfucking the tickets are now $13.33 for everybody. In
I don't know.
Y'all in the middle of the goddamn desert. Who is like so a bunch of camels and coyotes and dingoes and shit could show up for $13. Like y'all, like who the fuck is flying to Saudi Arabia this weekend to go there? Like get the fuck out of here. Like these niggas are so tone deaf. Motherfuckers really said, okay, yeah, $13. Yeah, y'all got into the damn country that no one's gonna go to, and now y'all bragging about having a $13 ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Shit's so stupid.
God. But yeah, pay-per-view price, yeah, it's $39.95 in the US. And of course, if you order now, you get automatically put in for a trip to go see Better Beef Buffalo 2 in Riyadh. So they're always doing some shit. But yes, that's that is the last of the big cards for 2024. Now we would have gotten Monster for Christmas Eve if Sam Goodman didn't decide to have another heavy sparring session.
This fucking idiot.
Yeah, and get
Yeah, honestly, this is one of the most I don't want to fight somebody ass niggas in the world right now.
Yeah. Now, if this was the first cancellation or first one, I'll be okay. But dude had a hand injury, and then once Monster had a different opponent, then dude started to fight, and it's just like, yeah, Goodman. I was like, I don't understand it. Like, how do you win a hard eliminator, which we gave you respect about? You go in the ring to challenge him, and all of a sudden you're not. You don't want no smoke. Like, come on, what are we doing? Like it's always something with him. He's getting injured and stuff like that, and we should, and like I said, and we should Monster's over there training whatever. So it's actually a miracle that they actually pushed back only a month. It was actually officially announced by Top Rank today that they're pushing it back to 124 or 125, which is I think it's a Friday. And it's just like. I would think that you would jump at the chance to want to be champion, but it's just all these weird things. Like, honestly, if something happens a third time, just cancel the goddamn fight because they were trying to get a Monster a replacement to fight on the 24th. But then, that would have been a crazy turnaround. They were trying the hardest, but it's like, we're pushing it back a month, so let's push it. So we're going to, he's gonna have to wait. But that shit is stupid though. It's like. Goodman clearly doesn't want the smoke. He doesn't want to fight. Yeah. Like something is wrong. And you have that, but you have Akhmadaliev who's out here ranting and raving and starting to say some wild stuff.
I missed that fight. Did he look pretty good? I know we didn't talk about that. It's not worth mentioning.
He beat the shit out of dude.
He beat him up pretty bad.
He beat the shit out of dude.
Like that.
Yeah. He's supposed to, ain't he?
Yeah, it was a tune-up. It was a tune-up in the sense, right? Kind of.
But yeah, he beat the shit, and then he was going, and then he's talking about, he's talking about Monster's ducking, and Monster had to say, "Well, how am I ducking when I beat the person that beat you?" Like, come on, like,
yeah. Did you tell him he got to do a seppuku or some shit?
Yeah, he was saying some real off the wall flagrant shit. Fuck this dude, yo, like. Yeah. Oh, you gotta like he posted damn cut his intestines out because he ducking your scary ass. Fuck out of here.
At this point, MJ just wants a payday.
He wants a payday.
Yeah, like it's giving begging motherfucker too much.
Yeah, like how come he doesn't want to run it back against the Palace then?
You had your chance, you blew it. Nobody cares.
You don't want to fight Fulton, and we're not gonna forget about that.
Fight Fulton. You don't want to fight Fulton. Like, bro, like you just wanted to go be a.
You got your 2 belts.
Yeah,
it's like you ran, nigga.
Dude wanted to go be a mini Canelo and basically just eat himself away.
If he was pushing 190, it felt like 200 pounds at one point. It felt like.
Good Lord.
He looked big.
I've seen him in person. Dude is small. Like, so for him to carry that much weight, that shit is crazy.
Yeah, that's super crazy.
But then, like I said, he ran from a Roman rematch. He didn't want to run back with the Palace. He didn't want to do anything. Like, no, he was just like, yeah, hey, I'll fight once a month, and I'll fight against someone who I can beat, and then I'll try to go behind the WWE to make him, to try to enforce it. So now, pretty much after the Goodman fight, Monster has to either fight him or the WWE is going to strip him of the belt, and that's
fuck MJ. Nobody gives a fuck about him in his fucking cami suit. Dressing like Cammy from Street Fighter. Like,
I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, dude, get the fuck out of here.
Dude is starting to be a clown. He's a good fighter, but he's starting to be a clown, because he's talking all that flagrant shit. I'm not gonna have any sympathy too when he gets Monster in the ring and the Monster erases him in less than 3 minutes. So it's like. Yeah, his chin is not like that to be talking that type of shit.
Yeah, like come on.
Yeah, but it's a shame though. Like Monster, we didn't end the year with a Monster performance though. But hey, we have January. I think it's the same weekend as another matchroom card or whatever. So like, yeah, we got, we got at least we have that for January. But Yeah, Goodman though. Yeah, no. I think I'm over Sam Goodman. Like, just get this shit over with so Monster can move on.
Yeah, like dude, actually think dude, I think kind of knows he's holding everything up, and then you're not gonna have and we know he's not gonna try to have the performance where we could be like, well, yeah, he made Inoue earn it. No, that's not gonna happen. So just
that's not gonna happen. Not like Tapales. Not like Tapales made Monster earn that win.
Yeah, fucking the TJ Dehaney made him earn that win. Like this shit, this Goodman just ain't good. I'm not hyped for this at all.
Right, and Goodman he's technically a good fighter, but yeah, when a fighter doesn't seem to want to fight, it kind of takes the steam out of it. Like,
yeah, it's the belief for me, man. Like, yeah, you don't. It's like we say all the time. Like, yeah, I could think you could win all day, but if you don't think you could win, then yeah, that's gonna change me from picking you, nigga. I'm good.
Right.
You gotta think you could win. Like a lot of times the fans be wanting these fights and they think niggas could win. The boxers up there like, nigga, you crazy. You see, I've been to his gym. You seen him hit the bag? Like you seen him work out? I ain't fighting this motherfucker. Like, yeah, like I get it. Like there's some niggas who come off intimidating, but damn, y'all pros. Y'all get paid for this shit. Like this ain't no regular ass nigga walking into the gym. He's hearing damn Buster Douglas hit the bag or some shit. Like, come on.
Right.
Like, get out of here. What the fuck?
Oh man, no. But I think we give Sam Goodman enough bars or whatever. So we'll probably end it on some music shit, and an album that came out, what was it, on Friday, if I'm not mistaken. It came out on Friday. New album from Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, Missionary. And I know I listened to it, and LB listened to it. Pilot did not listen to it. P, did you have a chance to listen to it? Rome?
I have not yet. I will be listening to it sometime.
I mean, I heard the rap. Snoop was rapping on it, but again, I said the production.
I heard someone sounded wash on that album.
But it sounded like Snoop was spitting kind of, from what I heard, Snoop could rap decent still.
I mean,
Snoop wasn't rapping decent. Snoop was rapping good. Like,
Snoop
was really rapping. That's what
he was
makes
rapping. He was like,
that's what makes it so disappointing because if he would have had better beats, this shit would have just resonated. But it was just so, it was too experimental. It was too much. It just like I don't mind experimental different shit, but it has to sound good.
Yeah, and this is because I think I was the first one to listen to it, and the first thing that I said, and I said in the chat, is like it sounds different. Like I mean, and now I know what I can call this now. It sounds like elevator music. That's what I can say. A majority of it.
Like some bullshit, nigga. That's what it sounds like.
Like the beats are nice, but it's like over polished, and it doesn't have any character. Like it just sounds like it was like, hey, it's like all the beats sound like they're missing one or two things from
because there's no, you know what it is? The production is missing melodies. That's what it is. Like it sounds clean sonically. I hate having to use that word because anytime motherfuckers listen to a Dr. Dre beat, the first thing motherfuckers come out and say, well, it sounds clean and ultra crisp and clear and expensive. And this.
I heard the production was expensive. I heard it was expensive.
Dude, it does sound expensive, but it don't sound good, though. Dude,
well, kind of a sample. He had the MIA sample, right? That was so much. That was so obvious. I like samples that aren't so they're more subtle. I felt like some of the samples I heard on that was like over. Like
it sounded like a West Coast. Like it sounded like a Dr. Dre version of No Way Out.
Yeah, honestly, it sounds like Dr. Dre's second album that he doesn't like to mention. The one, been there, done that. That album, like that song.
But at least that sounded West Coast. This sounded like it was trying to be all types of bullshit and not just one. Like it tried to have like this whole 80s that's why I say No Way Out, because if you listen to the Puff's first album, it was nothing but samples, and they're all popular ass samples and shit. So I felt like, but at least it had an East Coast sound vibe with it, like. That whole shiny shit, that's Puff, Bad Boy. They had that on lock. With this, it sounds like they tried to do the same thing but not really have the sound situated. Like,
yeah, it sounded like Dr. Dre was just like, and funny thing too is like he
there's no soul or anything, but
yeah,
they
like
sample.
and usually Dr. Dre is usually pretty competent as an executive producer. Like he's known for shaping albums. Like this is one of his strengths as a beat maker and as a producer. He knows how to shape albums. Except this, he did not. He just he didn't know how to shape this one. It's like, I mean, I don't know if he's just, maybe he was just saying okay to every beat, and this is what makes Dr. Dre like kind of frustrating because obviously with the whole thing with Detox, it's like, oh yeah, I shoved most of it because I didn't think it was good enough, and you just don't, and now you just don't know where his Dr. Dre's ear is as a producer now because he's like 60.
He's not producing that shit though. I mean, I feel like for the longest time, Dre just got not his ghost team, but he don't really. I'm sure he put his thought into it, but I'm just assuming at this point for Dre.
But this is the thing, man. When it comes to niggas like Dr. Dre, like he's a perfectionist. I get it, but if he's not around artists that is confident enough to be like, look, hey, nigga, we got to put this out, or hey, this is working, or this I like this. This is hot. Let's keep going. Cause it's all the unreleased shit is shit that's always up in the air with random niggas.
Mm-hmm.
The Detox was everybody, so that's a little different. But you could tell it had no type of damn direction,
right?
Because if it had direction, he would have released it. So it just feel like this nigga just makes a bunch of random shit. But when it comes to certain people, it's like he has to kind of focus or narrow it down. And he gets it done, and that's usually a 50 Cent or an Eminem, or in this case, Snoop Dogg.
And then in the case with Snoop Dogg, and probably what in this particular case, because Snoop Dogg still can flow his ass off, and he's like Snoop made the beat sound better than what it's supposed to, because Snoop was rapping, like I said, he was rapping like. Dude sounded good on every fucking song that he was on.
I mean, he sounded more soulful than the beats. The production is hollow as fuck. It's like no melodies. It just clean sounding instruments.
I saw Snoop like on the Camel Mace. I think he was more so on the he was on both of those shows. But Snoop said, I wanted to prove a point. A lot of these young kids don't know me for rapping. They know from Martha Stewart and the Olympics. They don't. So that's why I think Snoop, his pen game, was sharp. From what I heard, I didn't hear the whole thing. I'm just saying from what I've heard, I could tell.
I get that, but like it's like you still only showing half of the damn equation, because like the old heads, like the Pat and the Shutterworths, we know Dre and Snoop as being like one whole, like that's a collab, that's a team. Like Dre bringing a fire ass beat and Snoop bringing the fire ass lyrics and flows.
Was Dre rapping on this? Was Dr. Dre rapping on this, or
Dre? I think was on maybe like one song.
Oh.
And he can still, and Drake, as a producer, Drake can still spit too. So he was not a low light.
He always had a domineering flow. I mean, pause. He always had a pretty,
That's the thing. It's like I was expecting kind of more Dre on it, like the balance, but it just the production, like it wasn't hitting, man. It just I know there's some people going to be like, man, maybe it's the choruses. No, it's not the fucking chorus. It's the goddamn beats.
It's the samples. Like some of the samples just weren't hitting. I know, and I know, and I know that some of the collabs were hitting. 50's, I think 50's completely washed. Like I'm sorry.
Yeah, Eminem killed his verse, but 50 Cent.
That's what I was talking about when I said I heard somebody sounded washed on that album.
Yeah. At least I mean when 50 did the Nas shit, he only rapped like maybe about 2-3 bars, and then he started talking shit. This one, he was actually struggling to get through his bars. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
But he was trying to do some fast flow that just wasn't working out. Like,
I think the last
normal verse, nigga.
Did it sound like he was like phoning it in, or it just sound like he just couldn't get through it? Like
he couldn't
get through it. Like he tried to rap in a fast way or have a fast verse.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to rap in a way where he normally doesn't rap.
Mm-hmm.
So if you rusty, don't try to rap like you're goddamn Mystical or somebody, bro. Rap your regular.
I feel like the less consensus, dope 50 shit was the power intro. Honestly, I mean, to be honest, in over a decade, it feels like the last shit was
And
really
the thing, he's had songs after that that he didn't fuck up. What's the one song he had with well, he had everybody on it. They had a video. I think Tekashi Snitch Ass was on it.
Oh yeah.
Like he sounded good on that too. Like, but this shit, he rapped some shit that he couldn't just fucking
or the
rap.
BMF song. Does he rap on the BMF song? I forgot if he raps in the BMF intro. I forgot if he does he rap on that?
I think he does, don't he?
He does. He does. I mean, the hook is.
I think that's one of the harder fucking the BMF intro hard as fuck though. Like, at least you could. What's that shit? At least you could look me up, or at least you could. There's something that shit hard. Like,
yeah, it's just like goddamn. Like, I mean, in fact, these two with Drake, because Dre is known for making rappers spit their verse like hundreds of times, and then it's like before, like it's like he probably
being an asshole. He don't, nigga. You ain't practiced that beat 100 times.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, I think 50 probably didn't even record that in front of Dre. He probably just sent that shit in, and Dre was like, "What the fuck did you just do?" And Dre had to do his best to try to fit the shit into the beat.
Because that nigga sounded off beat. Like it sounded like he cared, like he was trying too hard. He was frustrated. Like there was just a whole lot of shit going on in that 50 Cent verse. Like,
I mean, honestly, if 50 should have just took the trip to wherever Dr. Dre studios and just punched in, and Dr. Dre could have probably made could have gotten a better verse out of.
Nah, he needed a whole different verse, bro. There's no way, like he couldn't. Like, let me say, okay, like R.I.P. DMX. Pat, do you remember when DMX re-recorded his first album?
Oh yeah, I remember that. I heard that shit randomly. I was like, "What the fuck is this shit?" Sorry, rest in peace. I love DMX. It was my first album I ever bought. Darkest was my first hip hop I ever bought. But nah,
but it's like you see, like he and that's honestly one of the reasons why I don't like re-recording songs, because you never really get the same magic like you do the first time.
Right.
Like I'll reuse the beat and I'll say something differently. I'll rap a new verse or but very rarely do I just have to recreate the whole, because you never. And I feel like 50 Cent was trying to rap like a G-Unit 2003 verse in 2024.
Right.
And that shit was just not going to happen. Like he was trying, but it wasn't going to happen. And that's how bad it sounded. Now on the other end, that Method Man verse on that damn song that he had.
Meth
can still flow, dog. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's the best song on the album is the Method Man song. And Snoop went in, but Method Man, like, just you kick that motherfucking beat, bro.
Somehow Meth still be killing shit. Like I hear him on the Conway. Every that's crazy how he still be killing shit. Like it's crazy.
And the beat was fire. Like they needed like more sounds, like more of this. Like when I heard that, I was hitting repeat. I was like, damn, like this shit. Like the song almost was too short. Like that's how good the song is. Like that killed it. Like I almost felt like I wasted my time listening to the album. But when I got to that song, I was like, okay, like at least it had this is saving grace. There was another song too. Like I think the beat changed up in the middle or something that was fire. Like overall, it had maybe like 3 good songs, and then that was it.
And ironically, it was the female song, Gorgeous, the one that sounded the most West Coast on the whole damn album, which is crazy. Yeah. Like, that shit sounded like straight West Coast. Like,
you had a reggae song on there. I'm just like, this ain't bad, but it just ain't.
And I definitely did not like that whole Last Dance with Mary J song. I'm sorry, Jelly Roll and Tom Petty, I did not. I was not fucking.
Dude, a Snoop album with fucking Tom Petty. Like, what are we doing here? Like, I couldn't stand the song with Be Real either.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait. Was that Be Real or
that wasn't Be Real?
Nah,
here's song with Be Real. Oh,
no, my fault. I'm thinking about the Ice Cube album because I heard them all today. There was another song on the Snoop album, and I was just like, oh god, like the fuck y'all doing? It's just the samples. It's just a lot of that shit was just a hot mess.
And you talk about the one with Sting, the whole Sting. It had the whole Sting.
I think that was it. Yeah, that shit.
Yeah, I did not like that song.
The album was just pissing me off at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Like it started off tolerable. I was like, okay. And then it just started going to a place. I'm just like, nah, no, why?
Yeah.
Like I'm not a fan of it. Like,
so now, out of 10,
go ahead, do your worst, nigga. Do it. Go ahead.
I mean, if I had to say out of 10, I mean, I'd give it a 5. It was mid. You know, like it's only a 5 because Snoop was rapping his ass off. Like if Snoop rapping was not, if Snoop rapping was like, if I found like one of the, if that was off even by a little bit, that shit would have been a dud. But Snoop killed these beats.
Snoop carried it, but it's not going to be a memorable. And it's like, I don't care how good your rapping is. You could be rapping like you Lazarus, like you from Lazarus Pit. Like you just came out, like God created you to fucking rap.
Right.
Like that elite level rapping is only going to get you so far as the beats are mid and garbage. Because then it's like no replay value. Like when I hear a nigga rap real good over a trash beat or some underwhelming production, I promise you, I only listen to it once or twice and then that's it. I don't care how good you rap. I won't go back to it because I'm not going to enjoy the moment because the beat is so trash.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the thing, like, there's one thing, like, you can have simple beats because I'll fuck with a good simple cypher beat, but it gotta have some type of melody, gotta be catchy, gotta have something where I'm just bobbing my head. Like, none of these beats make you nod your head to them. I can't see myself just listening in the car. Like, besides maybe this 3 songs, like me personally, 1 through 10, fuck it. I can't give it mid. I can't give it 5. It's just a fucking 4. Like Snoop was like, I seen, shout outs to the colleague, you know what it do, Tunnel Gang, nigga. Mm-hmm. I think some was the one comment in the thread, motherfucker said, the way Snoop rapping on this shit make Dogfather look like a Doggy Style too. Like, damn. But he right, like this shit makes, like, this is honestly the worst Snoop album I've ever, like, oh God, like I was disappointed in this motherfucker.
Yeah, no, it was
definitely don't recommend it. I just recommend listening to it once and find the 3 songs that you like. And one of them is going to be the Method Man song. I know that. And then you find the other 2 songs that fit your palette, and then that's it. You're not going to listen to this shit again. That's it. That's it. There's no redeeming. If you're a big Snoop Dogg fan and you want to hear him give a damn on some in his rapping, then yeah.
And the funny thing is too, like LB, the argument I kept on hearing too is like, well, what do you want him to do? You want Snoop to look like, to sound like, you know, back in Doggy Style, like he can't evolve? No one says he can't evolve because Snoop puts out a lot of music. Like he puts out a lot of mixtapes. His mixtapes have more cohesion than this album. I've listened to it.
Yeah, like I feel like Dre fucked this album up. Like Snoop did his part.
Right.
Like he can only rap unless Snoop is up here giving him ideas, and I'll be like, nigga, you gave this man the worst ideas in your life. But
I mean, truthfully, I think Snoop is probably at the point where he doesn't need an EP anymore. He doesn't need an executive producer. Like he should be able to bounce ideas off with Dre.
I don't know what the fuck. This ain't it. Like I don't know what they was going for. Like, and I'll be honest. Like I get it. Like you deal with enough producers. Like, because I go through this with Clanarchy sometimes. These niggas, they make so many beats that sometimes they're their worst enemy. And they're their biggest critic. And I feel like Dr. Dre might be one of those dudes who has like fire beats sitting there that that nobody's telling them, hey, these beats are fire. Let me get these and let's put this out.
I mean, I know Dre and Snoop Dogg, you know, the 90s was a special moment. But post 2000s, it felt like Pharrell and Snoop always had a better chemistry. I mean, just that, like, you know, the past 20 years, it's been Pharrell and Snoop.
I mean, it's not even Pharrell and Snoop.
Seems like everybody and Snoop got a better chemistry.
Yeah, it's shot because Marquis said, "Is this worse than the Snoop Dogg No Limit first
Fuck
album.
yeah, nigga! Don't even play with me, bro. Like,
Was that Pay the Cost or something else? The one before that.
the game is to be sold, not to be
Yeah.
told.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
this album is worse than that. Like,
For sure.
Yeah,
For
the
sure.
No, the No
Snoop,
Limit.
rapping wise, Snoop raps better on this album, but that No Limit album actually had bangers, and so it was cohesive, and it actually had good beats.
Was that the one super? Was that one super? Was that the one super ugly on that or no? I'm not tripping.
What?
Is that the one that had super ugly? Oh, I really want to know. You know, the one that Jay-Z did the super ugly beat? Or is that the second one? I forgot. Sorry.
Nigga, I think you're talking about the Watch soundtrack or some shit.
Might have been the Wash. Yeah, it might have been the Wash.
Yeah, the Watch soundtrack.
Yeah,
the one with
this
Corrupt.
nigga
My
talking
bad.
about-
Yeah, the one with Corrupt. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, that's
was that Nocturnal?
Nocturnal. Oof.
God, did this nigga the pilot just all the fuck wrong on this? he got the wrong album, wrong soundtrack, wrong rappers, like shit.
Well, Snoop was on it. So it was a complete-
Barely.
But yeah,
I'm trying to remember what the Snoop was really on that song. Like, I just remember Dr. Dre and Nocturnal. Like,
yeah, because I mean, let's say the first
I just wanna straight was coasting, posting. That one,
I
right?
have that soundtrack because for the I had the DVD and they put the copy of the CD in every DVD. I have that shit to this day.
But yeah, man, fucking like this shit, like this is the worst Snoop album ever. Like, I can't get.
I'd say this is comparable to maybe Snoop Dogg's The Last Meal, because that one was surprisingly average.
Nah, The Last Meal better than this, bro.
Not by much though, because I remember the same stuff we said about this one. I said about Last Meal. I was like, God damn, this doesn't really have Last Meal doesn't really have anything on there. It just sounds like it was just paid by the numbers.
Because Last Meal had a few. What's that shit? It had with the East Siders and Nate Dogg and.
Yeah, had the few bangers on there, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's what I'm saying. They had the few. This don't have no bangers. This literally just got the Method Man song and maybe one other song. Like, bro, at least Last Meal had like at least 5 or 6 songs that you could fuck with.
Yeah, and then I know they try to recreate "What's My Name" and all that shit, and then yeah. Because I remember that.
You can tell Snoop's time on No Limit. Like, yeah, the Top Dog was his best.
Yo, Top Dog was
album
fire,
on No Limit. And this ain't seeing this shit at all. This ain't seeing Top Dog, Last Meal, Game Is to Be Sold. Ain't seeing Dogfather. Ain't seeing none of them shits.
Yeah. And Dogfather gets a lot of hate for no reason. Like, I don't know why.
Dogfather is dope.
Yeah, Dogfather had joints. It just didn't have. It just didn't have the Dre. You know, it didn't have the Dr. Dre banging. Yeah. That's the problem.
And the thing is too, Snoop rapping like changed up on Dogfather. It was more. He started that whispering shit on Dogfather. That I'm just chilling in my Stacey Adams. Roll down on the Avenue, Crenshaw. Whereas Doggy Style, he was more bow wow wow yippee yo yippee yay. Like, he was letting you know I'm Dog Pound, nigga. Dogfather's like, I'm the Dogfather. Bow wow yippee yo.
Yeah.
Speak up, nigga.
Yeah, he was doing that. I don't think he wasn't rapping with no confidence because of all the shit that happened.
Yeah, like, it was so, like, dude was just. And if it was confidence, like, if you said he had confidence, because the way he was dressing and the style, like he was there, but it just the rapping was it. Like,
yeah, no, it was not.
Yeah, because I know, but yeah, there's a lot of shit going on in 96 and 97. So I get it. But damn, nigga.
Yeah.
But even then, album's still better than this shit is just so disappointing. And it doesn't feel like a West Coast album, and which is not the biggest strike. If it sounded good, I wouldn't care. But goddamn, it's like you ain't even like. Because I heard the Ice Cube right after this. No, I heard the Daz album right after this. Because niggas was talking about the Daz album. He just dropped one, and that's better than this. Like, the first 5-6 songs, like, were cool, like, on the Daz album, and just was going. Like he had some bangers on that. Overall, sounded West Coast, had a vibe to it.
Same thing with the Ice Cube album.
Ice Cube album was fucking dope too. There's only maybe 3-4 songs, like maybe 3 songs on there I don't really fuck with. But for the most part, the whole album, you don't have to really skip. You play the beats, the production. Now, honestly, you know what? It's funny you say that. Look, the Ice Cube, I feel like Ice Cube did what Snoop and Dre were trying to do with their album.
Facts. And Ice Cube, yeah, the Ice Cube.
He was trying to have the samples and that clean. But Ice Cube had the samples and he had that West Coast vibe still with it, though.
Yeah, I mean, because that's one thing about Ice Cube. Ice Cube never lost his West Coast sensibility. Ice Cube, low key, is underrated as a producer because Ice Cube can actually produce shit. Like, you know, but he doesn't. He's not known for it. But he can actually EP his own projects. You know, like this, and for the most part, they sound. Even if you think the songs are corny or whatever, he can. You know, he does it to the point where it's like, okay, it flows. You just may not fuck with it if how it's flowing, but he could do it. You know,
it's really just come down to the production. Like some rappers, it come down to their production and but the Ice Cube album was solid. Like the features were good. He ain't really get outshined. The production was on point.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't like about the Ice Cube was just the singles. The singles were terrible. I can't, you know.
And I ain't really like the Ego song wasn't even bad. Like that's okay. Like. The one with Busta Rhymes and Killer Mike was dope. I didn't think there was wrong with that. I didn't like the Be Real song. I think the Too Short song was dope. He had like Ice Cube had some bounce on that shit, but this Snoop shit, this missionary, like y'all failed the mission on this one. Abort mission. Like this shit was just it ain't hit at all, man. Like
how
y'all
much
would have got in there and did more songs like y'all did with Method Man, then yeah.
How much of it was on Snoop?
It's not really. It's not.
Nah, this is more on Dre, bro. Like this is Dre. Like that. That's why Pat really just could give it the 5 because if you look at the totality of 10, if Snoop is on 100%, he then that brings it to mid. But if Dre ain't on his 100%, then the album can't really go any further.
Yeah.
Like I gotta give it a 4. Like it's underneath mid.
I would say that 4 is insane. I ain't gonna lie. Like, you know, a 4 is like goddamn. The 4 is
really that bad, bro. It's the worst.
Sounds like Dre and Snoop don't got that magic together anymore.
No, and I think too, like because the whole thing about
they got it in the rapping sense. Like I feel like if Dre is in the room with Snoop is gonna just rap like he's 21 years old all the time. It sounds like he gives a damn and care. But he's gonna lock in. Like I don't think Snoop is really realizing he's rapping over a trash ass beat. He's just looking at it like, yo, I'm in here with Dre finally. Da-da-da-da. He's all the memories, everything. So he's looking at it like that. We're looking at it like, yeah, you back with your nigga, but this shit ain't hitting like it was. Like,
yeah, it's basically because now is because like LB said, because Snoop probably is like, okay, you know, this is back in the days where Dre's making the beats and DOC's coaching me on how to structure my bars for this song and shit like that. And they're telling me how to rap. That's how probably Snoop is like, okay, I'm rapping. But, you know, I'm not going to say that Dre's beats are corny. I'm just because I'm working with Dre. Whereas Snoop has evolved. Snoop has grown enough as a rapper. He should be able to push back and say, nah, this ain't it. Like, he should be able to make it a vision. But it's more like Dre just put it whatever, and Snoop just rapping, and that's what you get. It's just...
Yeah, it sounds like these niggas, like, and you don't want to say, like, I was about to say, like, sound like Dre just emailed them a bunch of beats. But these niggas was probably in the studio just giggling and shit and just going all ham with these bullshit ass beats.
Yeah. There probably wasn't enough.
I know, like, I'm just disgusted with the production on this.
There probably wasn't enough chronic around to actually get their minds right, especially Dre's mind right. Dre probably wasn't smoking no chronic now.
Man, they need to smoke something.
Yeah.
Nigga, like, I don't even feel like a Newport from these beats. A Black and Mild or something. Like, these are the safest fucking beats ever. Like, damn, you supposed to get, what's that one meme with the Ricky's mom from Boys in the Hood where she walks out on the damn porch and she takes she puffs a cigarette, she lights a cigarette, puffs one puff, then flicks it.
Yeah.
Like, there's no attitude for this album, yo. Like,
straight up.
Like, get the fuck out of here. Hello, Ring Gang. Hello, Conscious. What up, Earn with her? Salute. Talking about this bap ass Dre album. Shit.
Salute, Earn.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah, but definitely not a recommend for me, bro.
Yeah, I'd say too. Like, if you want, I mean, I'd say Snoop puts out a lot of material. Snoop puts out a lot, and Snoop's other material. The other album he put out, like I think it was like last year or whatever. When after he bought Death Row, that shit was cohesive as fuck. Like, that shit was.
Oh fuck! You know what? That Dog Pound album is better than this, and I didn't like that album.
Yeah, I actually did. I actually
didn't that drop recently, like last month or something?
It dropped earlier this year, like maybe 2-3 months ago, I think.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't but at least it still kind of sounded like a Dog Pound album. Still had the West Coast sound. It just and then Corrupt can't rap anymore.
They just experimented a little bit too much towards the middle of the album.
Yeah, like they got too commercially singing-y, R&B-y. Like, it just.
I mean, probably you might actually like it, to be honest.
Pilot, you might fuck with the Dog Pound album, but I didn't. And I'm a Dog Pound fan. I got most of the albums. I got a lot of Dad's albums. I just couldn't fuck with. Dad's solo album sounds good though. I give it that. The song Ice Cube got with Corrupt is dope on his album.
Yeah,
I don't. This is out of all the West Coast albums. Like, I heard this year, this is the weakest one. Like, this is awful. Like, yeah, I wouldn't put myself through that torture again. Like, nigga, I hear a Wale album over this again. Like, I'm good.
Hey man, Wale can make dope albums, bro.
Like, Wale can spit. Like, he ain't bad. It's just like, I'm to the level I'll listen to that nigga over. No, who's that other nigga that's garbage? This is.
West Side Gun. You listen to the West Side Gun album?
Hell, fuck no. But I'll listen to it over this. Like, cause this was just some bullshit, bro. Like, I'm highly disappointed in this album. God damn.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, like I said, if you're looking for like, just watch out for any Snoop material that's outside of Dr. Dre. You like I said, just stick with that, because like, truthfully, like I said, Snoop and Dre, the chemistry is not there anymore. It's not. It's just they're both established over. They're equal footing now.
Yeah, because you don't even have Dre talking on the songs, or there's no interaction. Like, it don't feel like it just feel like he just emailed this nigga a bunch of beats, and then Snoop wrote to him, or he kind of picked out the ones he wanted.
There's not even a skit or anything. It's something memorable as where these niggas are like, okay, this is
and these niggas just met up and they just recorded all this shit, and then that was it. Like,
Dre probably has more tracks than what they just recorded and put out for this shit. Like,
probably left the whole classic album in the vault and gave us this shit. So I'm telling you, dude, some of these niggas, they make beats so much that they don't even, if they don't feel it, they think the world thinks it's trash. So I get it with Clanarchy a lot, bro. Like, that's my dude, that's my nigga. But there's sometimes he be like, I don't know. Like, no, don't get me wrong. There's times, like, I think there's times when he knows he'll be like, this is fire. I know this is fire. He'll tell me it's fire, and I'll be like, yeah. But I don't think Dre came up with it don't feel like maybe the Method Man.
I think every artist or every producer, every artist like knows deep down, like inside, like where the level of their work is when they put it out.
Mm-hmm. I don't think Dre knows. Like, I think if there was one beat that Dre picked and he said, like, yo, Snoop, you gotta hear this. This shit's fire. Like, get one of those East Coast niggas on this. That has to be the Method Man beat.
I don't even think Dre cares like that anymore. I don't think he's as meticulous as he used to be.
I mean, because maybe he might
shows it a different way. Like, I think he overproduces bullshit. When I say about bullshit, he'll take a beat that maybe is just all right, like it's just maybe a 5 or a 6, and then he fine tunes the fuck out of it, and he makes everything sound as best as it could from a needle dropping into the beat, to somebody on a banjo in the corner, a nigga puffing a cigarette, he get that sounding clear. Everything's
and truthfully, on this album, so there were some hisses I heard on some of the beats. It wasn't that clean like this time. The mixing wasn't that clear. Like I heard some hisses.
Well, that was done purposely, nigga, like a Chris Paul turnover. Like he just making the game and nigga, oops. Like so, like Dre will fine tune and perfect some average sounding shit. But we all know that you don't have to have a fine tuned beat to be a banging ass beat. And I think that's the difference. Like Dre don't know what beats sound dope anymore. He's just gonna take a beat and just overproduce it, fine tune it, and max it out sonically. And it's like, damn, I wish you did that to a beat that actually sounds good.
Right.
So I think he still got the meticulous because the shit is sounding like clean and all that, minus a few the shit Pat's saying. But other than that, like none of these shit sound like they're hits either.
Facts.
Like they just sound like songs. Like nothing. It's not like where it's like, okay, I know this nigga tried to get this in the club. I know this nigga, he tried to, get on the billboard with it. You don't even get that from it. It's weird explaining this shit, bro. It's like you almost have to hear the album for yourself to know how bad and weird it is.
Facts.
And I'm trying to be as accurate as I can with the complaints here. I think I've done a good job, but even then, I don't know if I've done a great job.
But yes, listen to it. You have your own opinions, and obviously when we post this on YouTube, let us know in the comments what you think of this album. And see if you agree with us. And obviously, if you're from the West Coast, we love West Coast music. It's just this just wasn't it.
Yeah, ain't nobody shitting on the West Coast. Y'all been having a great year. It's just great year and perfect year ain't the same. Great year. This shit wasn't perfect. Like this y'all one little hiccup in that Dog Pound album. Like, but y'all held it down with Cube and Daz Dillinger and Kendrick and everyone else. Like y'all did your thing.
Absol's album was pretty good from what I heard. Absol, yeah. West came strong this year for sure.
Yeah, just the sorry Dre and Snoop. Y'all brought us so much classics. Just this ain't one of them.
Right.
It be like that sometimes, Batman and Robin don't get it right all the time. Sometimes the villain gets away, nigga.
Facts.
I mean, that's what it sounded like. They was chasing a sound and they just never got to it on this album.
Right. I mean, actually, this should just make this as like a mixtape or something like that. This is just a mixtape. We was just playing, y'all. This is just a mixtape.
Nah, they should have made this an EP. You might have had something that this was just 5 or 6 songs, but this shit was like 12 or 13, 14 or something.
Yeah.
And this wasn't good. I remember Jaz-O dropped a solo album a year or two ago. And I felt the same way. Like his rapping was good, but some of the beats, like he was only good enough to to kill 5 songs. He couldn't do 10 songs. So it was like, damn, nigga. Like some of y'all older niggas, y'all gotta just be happy with making a fire EP.
Facts.
Because y'all can't pick enough dope beats to round out a fire 10-song album. Y'all get right around song 6, y'all start falling off. and that shit just it don't sound right. So sometimes y'all gotta just go to shoot for 5 dope songs. And when you know those shits is fire, you make another set of 5 songs and try to make another set of 5 songs that are fire. When you're done with that second set, listen to yourself, listen to them and be like, does this set of songs sound as good as the previous 5 set? If it does, make an album. If it doesn't, just make an EP with that first 5. No, I'm serious. Like that's a good way
I'm laughing because I know you're serious. That's why I'm laughing, my nigga.
This nigga's like, damn, like But yeah, there's no other way I could really think about how they could do this shit. Oh, salute Abel Roblero. Doggy, yeah, doggy style classic. That's fire. And I had the fucking the OG doggy style CD with the G's up, holes down at the end.
I think like a day or two ago was the Chronic's anniversary too. So like 30 some years. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just listen to that instead of this then.
Yeah, we'll play that shit.
Yeah. I mean, I had the cassette though, but I had the cassette that didn't have that they removed that shit. I didn't get it in time from BMG. Shouts to BMG.
Yeah, like these niggas, because that's all the real G's. Please stand up. That shit. And then I think Jay-Z used that beat for the fucking what's that? Cashmere Dreams or Cashmere Thoughts or some shit.
Cashmere Thoughts. Yeah.
Cashmere Thoughts. Yeah. But I feel like Snoop freaked the beat better though. Like that shit was too pimpish for Jay-Z. Nigga.
That goes without saying though.
Yeah. Like, yeah, come on, bro. Like, what you doing?
But yeah, I think we gave that album enough bars. So I think let's see, it's about 12:30, so I think we got time to wrap it up.
That's about it. Yeah.
So does anyone have
do nothing else with that?
So does anyone have any final thoughts before we get up out of here?
No, a good Christmas.
I mean,
we're done for the year, probably, right? Almost.
Yeah, we're almost done. I know we got a couple more shows, but we're
okay. Yeah,
we
might have.
He's trying to get to 2025. Like,
we might have Denzel Bentley on there. So like, hopefully, we got Denzel Bentley coming soon. And shouts out to everybody. That's all I got.
Yeah, and again, I got to shout out my Eagles fans out there because we winning now, we up now, and the Bears just lost horribly as they usually did. Because that's what they do. They 4-10 now, right? It seemed like they were just
good. Glad they lost today. Won me some money.
Actually, you did. You won your parlay, didn't you, P?
Yes, I did.
Congrats! Yeah. That's a major parlay you just won. Congrats! Yeah, salute.
Thank you. I should have put in 10 instead of 5. I would have came back with 7,000.
Yeah, exactly. That was a mean parlay. And although I'm not gonna lie to you, because I was watching that Falcons and Raiders game, and for a minute I thought that shit was gonna really go down like to a last minute touchdown, like a Hail Mary. Because they had two tries at the end zone, bro.
Yeah, it almost did.
Yeah, I know you were probably sweating watching that shit.
I was just like, oh, brother.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, like, yo, I don't trust no damn Atlanta, and we lost to them, but them niggas was struggling like, near the end.
Yeah, that was a struggle game.
Yeah, no, but hey, but hey, you want some.
Okay, son, what it do? Salute. Late as fuck, bro.
Yeah. But yeah, football is starting. Regular season starting to wrap up. Denzel Bentley. Obviously we got Christmas coming up in next week. Actually, yeah, damn. Like 2024 is almost coming to a close, and we got obviously the cartoon. The other cartoon. Shout out to the Batman cartoon. But we got the other cartoon with all of us. I think that's still in the works.
Yeah.
LB.
And I just gave him some new shit yesterday. Like, just getting that Ring Gang got his own detox, bro. Like, that shit's getting to detox levels now. I was like, damn.
Yeah,
niggas gonna have an old unreleased cartoon. Like, if something happened to me, a nigga die, get murdered or some shit. At least niggas could just use AI for my lines and put that shit out. I mean, so. I don't like too much unreleased shit sitting around, but
But it happens. If you're a creator, there's always gonna be unreleased shit. So you just never know what you have. Like it's always gonna happen. Like
that's just gonna be the game of death of my career. Like, with this shit, I gotta fucks with this. Like,
oh man, no. But yeah, no. Shout out to Eagles. Shout out to the cartoon. Shout out to Ring Gang. Shout out to everyone. That listening, just to talk about this boxing and talk about this music. And King Sony brought back the Walkman. Honestly, Walkman, what type of Walkman? Because cassettes ain't even made no more. Like
bro, what is this? 1995?
I actually had a Fire Walkman.
I mean, technically, your phone is a Walkman, right? In a sense,
nigga,
I'm about the only nigga who don't use his phone for music.
Yeah, nigga, you know what
I got an
we mean
MP3 player.
when we say Walkman. You know what we mean.
Yeah, it's either it's either a CD or a cassette. There's no other Walkman. Like it's like
Yeah.
it's usually cassette too. Shout out to RCA. RCA was my
Only had that Discman Walkman, nigga.
yeah.
I remember the disc Walkmans. I'm like, I don't remember the cassette Walkmans. I wasn't using those.
Yeah,
And fuck the mini disc.
Y'all too young to remember the
Nah, 'cause
original Walkman was a tape.
I was hyped for the mini disc, and that shit was a flop. I felt like that shit was supposed to be dope, and I remember buying one at Kmart or some shit, and that shit did not have.
That
any
mini
disc
disc
in
was
it.
bullshit because we already got away from floppy disk and shit. Like, who wants some little shit like that anymore?
Yeah, but they tried to push it. They got me for that because Sony made that shit and all that.
Nigga, you violent though. Nigga, they got your ass. Of course they get your ass, nigga.
Yeah, but what killed it though was the digital music players. That was what killed it. Like once once they had like the 20 gig MP3 player, which was like mad money. Because I worked at Staples back then when that shit came out. Shit was like $300, $400 for 20 gigs of music in there. You could walk around with that shit. Niggas were staying trying to steal that shit. So it's like
that fucking space.
Yeah, but that's what killed the Discman and all the other like hard hard formats. Like it was like we into this MP3 era and then now streaming era. Like so it's like music technology has evolved.
Well, MP3, then they had the fucking the iPads. That kind of took the game.
Well, the iPods were dope. So like
the iPods were fire. Yeah, the iPods. Yeah.
That's just iTunes. That's just Apple's version of the MP3 player.
That's what it was. Basically.
Yeah, the same bullshit. They just we'll just make a white version of it. Like, nigga.
But I like the other MP3 players at the time. You could actually really organize your shit on your iPod, and that's what I used to love about the iPods. Like that was like the first Apple device I was fucking with hard. I love my iPod and an iPod and iPod Touch. I had the
iTouch, the iPod Touch.
Yeah, that shit, iPod Touch was fire. But 900 for a 64 gigabyte. Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Jeez. I bet that nigga had a Neo Geo too sitting there at the crib. You spending that type of money?
Yeah, I wish I would spend $900 on a 64 gig Walkman. Like, fuck out of here,
And I can't even say that's first world problems. That's like first kingdom problems. You just ain't got shit else going on.
I mean, I get it. Like, they always try to get into the retro phases. That's why we have retro video games now. You can go in the stores, you see retro arcades and and the retro box and all that shit. We could actually buy Super Nintendo with 50 games in it and all that type of shit. So they're trying to get on nostalgia. Yeah, the Walkman was cool, but the Walkman had its day, but there's no need for a Walkman. Like, honestly, like there's more need for a record player than a fucking Walkman because at least people still actually buy vinyl. Like, seriously. But hey, more power to you. If you have $900 or $300 to go spend on a Walkman in 2024 into 2025, knock yourself.
That's crazy. Yeah. Cheapest $298. Good lord.
Yeah.
But there's somebody who would buy that bullshit.
Yeah, it won't last though. I mean, like I said, some things are best left in the past.
Because Sony knows winning. So when you're up top and you're winning, you can just do anything you want at certain points. Like. These niggas is selling a whole PS5 where you can't even put a game inside, nigga. Like y'all selling a video game about the come on, man. Like PS5 Plus or whatever the fuck y'all calling that shit. Like $700 to $800 or whatnot. Like fuck out of here. Y'all niggas. So Sony just gonna just start doing anything. Gonna have a Sony car suit, nigga.
Facts. But we'll be back. We'll be back for Thursday. We'll see what we're doing for Thursday. If we're doing an interview or whatnot, we will bring you something. And just stay tuned, man. We got a whole bunch of shit always like in store. Yeah. So for myself, Pat Scopier, New England representative, for LB Sharif, the God of the Goat artist, for King P Bodega B, for Conscious Plan, for Rome Top 5. This has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk. Where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time. Peace. The 1.4 Walkman already sold out. Yeah, like I said, people that's people with a lot of money to burn, I guess.
Niggas probably buying pet rocks and shit too.
Right? Probably
Yeah.
buys, but yeah, people will be spending money on anything though. But yeah, peace.
Oh, so I thought that shit was